Everybody, yeah, rock your body right. Back streets back, alright.
That just never gets old. You know what I'm saying? Like that just never gets old, guys. Like I love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow, we already got people in here. Welcome back to another series of Outdoors with Dummies, guys. We got some pretty important topics to talk about tonight. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and kick it off with some etiquette, some campground and backcountry etiquette, some different rules, different expectations, some do's and don'ts. I'm gonna let Josh and Derek kind of kick it off and kind of go from there, guys.
Yeah, let's go back and forth about this because there are some rules that are just, you know, common sense, and then you have your rules that not everybody knows about. So, I mean, Derek, let's get started. One for me. Go ahead.
What's a common sense one?
Respect the wildlife, man. Like yes. you gotta make sure that you're not gonna do anything at your campsite that's gonna affect the wildlife around you,
or even respect the people that are at your campground with you, right? You know what I mean? Like that's another big one.
Yep.
Agreed. It is. I mean, you don't want to be too loud, not obnoxious or whatnot. But again, too, we're also out there to have fun and hang out. So if someone is too close, I mean, you know, and how do we go from that? Like, what's too close? What's not too close?
Yep. Another good one is with your food. You know, make sure that you're storing your food properly, making sure that, you know, that you're not leaving trash laying around, because that invites, you know, back to what we just said, that brings animals in while you're sleeping, and it disturbs the whole wildlife area.
Yep, for sure. I mean, you could get bears in there, squirrels, raccoons galore. Raccoons, well, they're not even scared of people. They don't care.
I mean, I don't know about y'all. I mean, I never had a bear around my tent, but you know, I've had a raccoon that I thought was a bear. Scared shit out of me.
I don't know, but you've camped with Ricky. He's probably mistaken you as a bear a couple times.
You damn right about that.
There's some nights when he's peeing out the back door, and I thought about getting out of my tent and just running around the corner and you know what I mean? But
it's probably because he hears what the true animal is out there that we're having to tame down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
John,
yeah, like we're gonna dive into a lot of different etiquettes and stuff like that, and I got some really good stories to share with everybody, right? But I think you boys hit the nail on the head. Like, you got to be respectful to others, respectful to the wildlife. You got to clean up after yourself. Another big thing is you don't want to invite yourself to other people's belongings. You know, if you know, some people might take it disrespectful, right? And we'll dive into that a little bit more because there's some other stuff that's going to come up in later show that will kind of like go around that a little bit more. But let's talk about this. Some first-time camper mistakes. Everybody's made a first-time camping mistake, right? So, like, what is something that y'all can tell me that somebody might either forget or not know to do on a first-time camping trip?
I mean, the big thing for me, and this has not happened to me personally, because I'm very, you know, OCD about what I pack, but we have known some people who have forgotten their damn tent going camping.
This is true. Very important. That is very true. That is very true. Derek, do you have anything that you could share with us?
I mean, things not to do. Don't forget the food.
That's huge.
That's
yeah,
huge. You know?
That's huge.
Like,
that's huge. I've been on trips where I've forgotten like enough nights of food before. Like, I came down there with not enough food. You know what I mean? And that really does suck. I gotta say toilet paper or dude wipes. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, but you still gotta go. You know what I mean? Like, it's not stopping. It's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
this is the second week in a row that you've talked about dude wipes. I think we need to reach out to them for a show sponsor because
dude, please,
they're getting publicity.
Dude wipe. If you're watching, sponsor us. Promise to God, I will use you, and you will be in my next video.
Make an ad for dude wipes and all. Like,
I'll make a video of how it's used.
Like, it is true though. Like, I mean, Josh, you told us a story about when you had to wipe your butt with a sock, right? And that's got to be gross because your feet sweat, right? So you had a sweaty sock wiping your ass, and that's gross, right? But like, I've had times where
it's like,
I mean, it's true. I've had times where I've I've had times where I've had a mistake up in a deer tree, and next thing you know, like, I'm climbing out of my tree trying to drive home butt naked because I ain't got no drawers left. You know what I mean? Like it's happened, you know, and I think dude wipes, if you don't forget that, like I am the world's worst about forgetting toilet paper or dude wipes. I'm just letting you guys know. Is there anything else that y'all can think of that I'm gonna say coolers also, right? Don't forget your cooler. You might
don't forget the ice for the coolers. That's
even worse. That's even worse. You know,
what about when you forget the extra gasoline for the generator?
That is true. That is true. Especially when, like, for example, whenever I go on my South Georgia hunts, guys, my nearest gas station is 35 minutes away. You know what I mean? So like you want to make sure you take plenty of gas, plenty of snacks and everything else, because I mean, you don't want to make that 35-minute trip once or twice a day. Sometimes it's just nice to go hunting or just stay at camp and not have to do anything, right? Like that's a very good one, Josh. A lot of people don't even think about that. So we got ice, coolers, gas for generators.
I've never gone on a camping trip where I've had a generator.
Oh, buddy, it's coming. It's coming. Those are the trips where they get interesting. Okay,
hey,
those are when they get interesting.
When you go with us, you're privileged now because you don't have Ricky's old rickety rack that you know shakes and vibrates all night long and you can't get no sleep. We got the inverted generators now that are quiet and peaceful. But back in the day, you couldn't sleep. You had to chain it to a tree because it would shake so hard it would shake it through camp.
Yeah, I see water coming through. Water is another good one. But to Josh's topic, man, I had a generator that was woofed out. You know what I mean? Like this thing was a 6,000 watt generator, and man, like whenever I tell you, it would ramp up and ramp back down, so it would literally sound like wah, bah, 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 wah, bah, 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 bah. And like this thing would go on all night long. And poor Josh and them, it didn't bother me. I was in a camper with thick walls. These guys were intense, and every morning I got cussed out. Okay.
Hell yeah. I would unplug your shit. I would shut it off on you.
The only thing it was good for was deterring wildlife from messing up camp.
That is true. It did. Because I mean, down there is very I mean, wildlife is a very big issue, kind of like what you were talking about earlier, Derek, like putting up trash and everything else. And that's where I want us three to go, and even some more people to go turkey hunting this year, coming up in April and May, right? We're going to do a paid permit trip, right? We're going to go down to Cedar Creek. We can hunt both properties and everything else. And it'd be a blast, man. And we do encourage anybody that comes on here to watch these shows. If y'all are in Georgia and y'all want to go hunting or fishing with us, reach out. Let's let's go do some stuff, man. That'd be an absolute blast, in my opinion.
It would be a blast. Like, it'd be great to meet the people that follow this and watch us, and just learn from you, our dumminess to another dumminess.
Right. All right. So let me ask you guys this: tent placement, does it matter when you're at a campground?
Absolutely.
Can you go into that a little bit, Josh?
I mean, yeah, you don't. So I mean, I'm different. Like, you know, I sleep in the Taj Mahal of tents. Like my tent is huge. I got a king size bed. I got AC. You know, I'm comfortable, and my placement is away from everybody else. I don't like to be in the center of camp. I don't like to be, you know, up on people. So, you know, we take the weed eater out there. We cut us a nice little patch of grass out there, and I'm always over on the edge away from everybody else. So I don't bother anybody, and nobody bothers me.
And I can go into that a little bit because we actually just had this issue on my last Piedmont trip.
You need to be away from everybody.
Well, this is where it gets interesting, right? Because when we went on this Piedmont trip, almost everybody in our group that goes down to Piedmont takes a camper except for one individual that has a tent, right? And we always make sure he's set up, right? But there was an issue with some neighbors. The neighbors came in there, and we've already been set up for 2 days, right? We got down there Tuesday. They didn't get there until Thursday. And I can promise you that these guys literally put their camper right outside my exhaust for like my oven and my microwave and all that stuff. They were literally probably 1.5 feet from the side of my camper. I think that's horrible tent placement, in my opinion, right? And the reason why I say that is because we don't know them. They don't know us, right?
Absolutely.
But also, let's say, for example, we've had in the past where people set up tents late. They're right up on us. We're having a good times at night, and they come over there and they say, hey guys, y'all are being too loud. Can y'all be quiet? It's like, guys, we've been here for 4 days. Y'all just got here. You know what I'm saying? You are the one that decided to put your tent right up against us. So I do personally believe that tent placement does matter. I feel like now if you're in your group, right? If you're in your group, you and your people in your group talk amongst like where everybody's gonna set up, right? Like, and that's fine because you're in your group. But like, if you don't know the people, you definitely want to give them the space between your tent and theirs. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to intrude on others.
I like how Josh Spears said not in a low-lying area. Like, he almost has experience putting up a tent in a low-lying area.
Man, don't want to wake up with rubber floaties on.
See, I'm with our Josh with where you're placing. Like, I'm away from everybody in a sense. Like, you know, when we went camping, Ricky, I put myself kind of close to the water because I wanted to fish the entire time.
Right.
And I didn't have to walk back.
Which you did.
Yeah, I did. And I didn't want to be in the center of camp. I don't know if they're hearing things, you know, jealous of the camper because I'm in a tent in the woods. But, you know, I want to be away and enough to where us as men, we can just go out and go pee anywhere. So if I can take 10 steps out from my tent and go, you know, pee on a tree, I'm doing that, you know. Sorry for the women. They got to either cop a squat in the field or jump in the truck and go to the bathroom. But
man, speaking of peeing, like, especially when we're down there in Cedar Creek, Piedmont, or BF Grant, or any of these places where it's all guys that go, you know what I mean? And we don't have women that go on these trips because there's a lot of different stuff, and we can get into this if y'all want to, right? Like why women don't go on these trips. And it's a legitimate reason, right? Like there is legitimate reasons why women don't go on those. But man, there's been times where I've just opened my front door to my camper and I've pissed right there at the bottom of my steps because, man, like, you know, so one thing is I don't believe in using the toilet in my camper. Okay. This is a brand new camper. And the last thing I want to do is be flushing pee or shit out of my camper. You know what I mean? Like I'm really weird about that, and I don't want to have that issue. But I mean, I feel you on that. Like, I mean, you got to go where you got to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you do. Gotta go,
like, I know when we go down there to Piedmont and stuff, like we do like to try to get a wood line to where if a guy needs to go into the woods to go to the bathroom, you know, rather it's one or two, they still have that privacy. You know what I mean?
No,
so wood line is definitely big.
I woke it up at 3 a.m. and thought it was raining outside, and then I realized it was Ricky just peeing out the back door.
Damn. Right, fire hose Ricky.
I mean, they said that my pee could be a little bit more than a 3,500 PSI pressure washer. You know what I'm saying? But that's a different story for a different time. All right, so let's talk about this. Campfires. When do you light one and when not? What's your opinions on that, guys?
Light it all day. Have it going all day if you want. I don't see an issue with that. Like, it's what you're camping for.
See, I'm different. I'm different. We light ours at night. You know, you don't waste the wood during the day because you're never at camp.
So I've had both.
Yes.
I've had both. Yes, when Derek is 100% right. Like when you're at camp, and Josh, you're also right because I've had both. Right, like I've been on hunting trips where it's 80 degrees, and I've been on hunting trips where they're 20 degrees. Right, so like during the day, if it's 80 to 100 degrees, you might not want a fire. Right. But definitely I'm a big firm believer. If it's cold enough for one, or 100% if it's nighttime, we have a fire. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's nighttime and it's still 70 degrees because you're middle of summertime, we're still having a fire. You know what I mean?
There's benefits to fires than just staying warm. Like fires,
it keeps bugs away too.
Bugs.
Yep.
Keeps that smoke going, you know?
When I light a fire, I don't like to let it go out 100%. Like,
right.
As long as those embers are still hot and cooking, it's so easy just to start up the fire that following night, next day. Like, once it goes out, then you gotta do a little extra work. But
yeah, 100%. I agree with that. And you know, to chime in on Derek's right there, like I do believe if, like right there when you're getting ready to go to bed, I believe in building a touch bigger fire, letting it burn down just so you get those ambers and those coals to stay overnight.
Yep.
Because it does really help getting your fire going the next day. So that's a very good point, Derek.
And you can use it in the morning too to throw some meat on top. If those embers are still nice and hot, you put a grill on top of that fire on the wood and throw some breakfast meat on there and just let it slow cook while everyone's still sleeping. Golden. Tastes so good. As long as they're burning the right wood too.
Did you say breakfast meat?
Breakfast meat, yeah. Like sausages and
what the fuck is this guy?
Damn.
I'm gonna pretend like this man did not just deep throat a turkey leg. All right, guys. So the next topic, quiet hours. Why they exist and why do some people ignore them? I want to go first on this, and I'm gonna let y'all chime in. Right? I've been to places that have quiet hours, quiet time, and I've been to places that don't. For example, most lakes that you go fish at, right? They have quiet time. Most of them are 10 o'clock, give or take. I might go somewhere like BF Grant, that's a trophy hunt, or Cedar Creek, which is just a public land hunt. They don't have quiet hours. Piedmont does. Now, when you go somewhere like Piedmont where there's not shore power, and whenever I say shore power, for those of you that don't know, it's power that my generator plugs up to, or I'm sorry, my camper plugs up to where you don't need a generator, right? So when we have to take generators to places like Piedmont, they have a quiet time of 10 p.m., right? After 10 p.m., if you get caught with noise, the game wardens can come over there and issue you tickets or ask you to leave, or even if people get too out of hand, belligerent, they will take you to jail, right? Why people ignore them? Because people are having a great time out there, right? They have a good time. I do believe that if there's a quiet time, it doesn't mean that you got to go to bed. It just means don't disturb your neighbors beside you. But I'm also a firm believer, kind of like what I was saying earlier about the people that camped right next to my camper, right? If you're that close to me, you are too fucking close for people that we don't know, right? So I'm a big firm believer on that. But I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with quiet times at campgrounds, right? Because they could be good or bad. Like, I mean, if you're an avid, like, okay, I'm getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go hunting, yeah, that's probably good for you. But my average time I wake up to go out in the woods is between 4:45 and 5:15. I'm normally in my tree by 6:30. You know what I'm saying? So like it could be good or bad for me, but I mean, what's y'all's thoughts on quiet time?
I agree. I like quiet time. It doesn't necessarily mean you got to go to bed, but you just can't stay here. You know what I mean? Like it's you sit there, and that's the time when you can sit there and reflect. That usually you find Ricky sitting in his chair, drinking his Mick Ultra, quiet, thinking about the hunt tomorrow.
Think about the deer he missed.
You got me laying in my tent, my AirPods on or whatever, watching videos, like just trying to get focused for the next day. And I think a lot of the time, like you're right, there are people who don't listen to quiet time, and they get too drunk or they get too belligerent and they're just making noise, and it interrupts, people trying to get ready for that morning hunt. Because waking up at 4 o'clock to get dressed, like when you're at Piedmont and there's no power, there's nothing around, it's silence, it's quiet, you don't hear anything except people making noise. And like when you get up that early, man, you got to have some sleep, because you got to know what's going on. You got to know where you're going to go and what you're going to do, because it's easy to get lost. I see you smiling up there. You know what I mean? Like, it just, quiet time is a good thing. But I also think that, like, when we're camping as a friend group at, like, some of the powered places that, we have stayed up past 10, 11, 12, 1, just telling stories, having a good time. But we're still, I don't think our group has ever been belligerent, at a campsite.
Speak for yourself. I've had people that get belligerent on some of my hunting trips where people are trying to fight or do whatever, and it could be 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. We're about to get kicked out. So funny story with you saying this, right? And I was actually telling y'all a little bit about this. I didn't want to go too much in detail about it because I wanted y'all to kind of be like surprised about it for the show. So 2 years ago when we went on this Piedmont trip, man, somebody did something disrespectful in the middle of the night, and it's 12:30 in the morning, and they started arguing and trying to fight, right? Well, the very next morning, me and my dad, and I hope Dad's in here actually watching because he can actually vouch for this, but me and my dad were out there at the tree stands, like hunting, and we were probably every bit 6-7 miles from the campground. And this place has a quiet time, so just want to let y'all know, and that's at 10 p.m., right? So we drive all the way back, and we pass the game warden sitting on the side of the road as we're going back to camp, right? We pass him. He pulls out from where he was and follows us all the way back to camp, parks at our campsite, right? And when I tell you, this man got out of his truck, first thing he said is, I want y'all to be honest with me. And at that time, I looked at my buddies and I said, we are so fucked. Because we got to be honest with the game warden about something. And he's saying, be honest with me. He probably already knows the truth, right? Like, it's just how it is. So this man is like, So we had some noise complaints last night about people yelling and fighting. And we just looked around. We're like, we have no idea what you're talking about, boss man. And he said, well, I'm going to go ahead and before y'all say anything, I went to 8 different camps in this same campground and asked who it was that was raising hell and making so much noise. And every motherfucker in here pointed at y'all. And that's his exact words. I looked at him, I said, officer, sir, I am packing my stuff up and I'm going home. You don't have to worry about me tonight. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I promise you, I said, and those hooligans that made that kind of fight and that ruckus, sir, they are gone. I can promise you they are not coming back. And he meant it. And he looked at me and he said, well, I'm telling you right now, I don't care if you go or you stay. But if I come back, I'm writing tickets and I'm taking every one of y'all's asses to jail tonight. I said, I promise you, sir, you don't have to worry about that. I'm taking my happy ass home tonight. And I meant it. I meant that. Like, I actually packed up and I left. But there is places that take that stuff serious, like quiet hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen people get kicked out of, like, lake campgrounds for being too rowdy and too loud in the middle of the night. Like, I've seen it. It's a real thing. Derek, you got any thought on it?
Josh touched on it. So for the most part, you guys are talking about hunting with people. I agree with quiet time at that. And you definitely don't want to get too hammered. I'm sure people do, but you gotta.
Oh yeah.
You don't want to have a hangover and fucking climb a tree stand and then fall out of your fucking tree and also.
Okay. So time out. I believe every morning whenever I wake up to go hunting, if I'm not hungover going up my tree, I didn't do it right the night before. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being honest with you.
Well, so me, I don't want to be like me on our first Saturday, wake up the next morning to go hunting. Because that would just not happen at all. I just sleep all day. But when you're hunting, yes, you want quiet time. You want to mellow out so you can be prepared for your day for the next day. But when you're with friends, to me, there shouldn't be no quiet time. Like, I mean, you don't want to be rude and loud. You don't want to be fighting or anything like that. But if you got music not too loud and you guys have got a fire, you're having some drinks, and somebody walks over and is like, hey, you're being too loud. We're trying to sleep. Well, we're camping. Like, you should have parked further away. Like, I just.
Exactly.
Like, I don't know. I just don't.
Especially when people can pick where they want to go, right? Now, let's say, for example, if you're at a campground, you were like site 15 and 14.
On top of hunting, you don't want to be loud because you're going to scare shit away. Like, with the animal. I mean, granted, you guys are probably far as fuck from where you're hunting. You guys are hiking ways away, but still, I mean, you never know if you wake up to go walk out to your trail to go get to your stand and there's a fucking giant fucking 10-point buck standing, 20 feet from where you just woke up and you're like, yeah, I'm going to shoot you now and not have to hike all the way up there,
and I can tell you, picking where to camp, right? Like, let's say if you're at a camp, like a lake campground and they're site numbered, right? And you're like, okay, well, I'm site 14. These people are 15 and they are very close and you have no choice but to be on your site number, right? Then I get it if people are being like loud and obnoxious and stuff like that. But like, let's say you're in a big open field and it's primitive, right? And you camp right up against somebody, you kind of deserve to get what you get that night. You know what I'm saying? Because you chose to be right up on them people. And there's a big giant ass field and you can go camp throughout 400 acres of land. You know what I mean? Like, and you chose to be right up on these people's exhaust of their oven and stuff. Yeah. You deserve every bit of the hate that you're going to get that night. Right.
Yeah. Did you ever stop to think maybe it's their first year doing it and they just felt safer being close to somebody else?
Well,
I did it first.
They learned.
I did it first, but then whenever I saw them pulling out literally 16 deer on the same trip, I knew they weren't no fucking rookies, and I didn't feel bad for them no more.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things.
It could be beginner's luck,
Yeah, sure. All right, guys. So, best time of year to go camping. What is y'all's votes on that?
Winter,
spring.
I say 24/7. I say 24/7. Like, let's go anytime. You know what I mean? Do I have a favorite time? I like it when it's not 120 degrees out there. But
I'm gonna remind everybody, you have a camper. You can go anytime. You got AC in that. You got heat. You got walls. You got a floor.
Now I can. Let me stop you there because I tent camped for 15 years, right? So like I've done it all. You know what I'm saying? And I still believe, even if I did not have a camper, I would still go in the middle of summertime, right? Just because I can go get a portable AC, and just plug it into shore power or a generator and get a little breeze. You know what I'm saying? But even if I wasn't using a camper, like I would still say, like, because I love going camping. Like I love being out there with the guys drinking beer or whatever. Like that's just a blast. So like I would say go whenever. But if I had a favorite time, I'd say between fall and winter. That's
I feel like I need to ask, man, like, would you go tent camping again? Like, if I was just like, hey, you know what? Like, we're going to go do this, but we want you to, like, roll back to the Stone Age with us. Like, would you do it?
Yeah, I would. I still have a tent. You know what I mean? Like, even though I haven't used it in years, like, I still got a tent.
I was going to say, bro, you could cuddle up with me. I'll keep you warm.
Only if you're being Little Spoon, big dog.
That's fine.
All right, guys. So going on, I know we spent a lot of time on that first segment, and there's still a lot I want to get to tonight, right? But campfire smoke drift, how not to gas your neighbors out. And before y'all chime in on this goes for if my campfire smoke is choking them out, they are too close. You know what I mean? Like if my campfire smoke is a issue for somebody, they are too close to me. They are too damn close to our camp. So I that is my personal belief, but I've never had an issue with smoking somebody out with a campfire, because then that's an issue on their own part, and it's not my issue. But what is y'all's thoughts on that?
Smoke drift?
Yeah, like smoking out neighbors.
Fuck the neighbors, bro. Like I'm getting smoked out. Like how many times have we gone camping, bro, where we're playing musical chairs trying to get away from the smoke drift? If I'm choking, I know the neighbors are choking, and if I'm choking, I can't help them because I can't help myself. So
they always say that smoke follows ugly at the campground, Josh. You ever heard that saying?
Bro.
Man, I'm fucking ugly. It follows me everywhere.
All right, well, I'll catch you guys later.
How can you prevent it? You can't control it.
No, you can't prevent it.
You can't control it.
You can't prevent it. But if somebody was to ever come complain, that's when we're going to get into it, because at the end of the day, that's their own fault. They're too close.
See, this is where your generator would come in handy, because there is a thing you could do is you can buy a shit ton of box fans, put them around the fire in a circle, and it makes a fucking tornado fire, and it just stays in the center, and all the smoke goes up, but you're also burning a hole to China. So,
we could also.
I'm not going to go that extreme just to help a neighbor that I don't even know. You know what I mean?
We could also just sit there and just all blow to the right, and we'll make a. You know what I'm like? No.
Whatever you say, man. All right. Firewood rules. Do y'all have any rules of firewood?
What's up, Brady? Well, wait. Let's time out real quick. 1 second. So we had what's that? Joan Stringer in here. So what's up? Thank you for commenting. Let's go with Josh Spears. Thank you again for joining and watching.
Brady out there. What's up, man?
I can't see your full name, but the adventure. It's not showing your full name. Let's see.
The Adventures of Squatch, Sass, and Jax. That's my wife.
Yeah. Oh, all right. So
Katie.
We got Katie in here, and then Brady. Thank you. All right, go ahead.
So firewood rules. What is y'all's thoughts on that? I'll go ahead and tell y'all my opinion. Right?
Rules?
Oh, they're rules.
Yes. And now when we're at like the lake with the family, it's not so much the rules, but like if you're out like on these trips that I'm telling y'all about, we have a big rule of, let's say for example it's a 80-degree day. You know what I'm saying? It's really warm outside. Everybody's at camp or whatever, and you go and start a massive fire and you burn half the firewood, right? And everybody's out hunting or fishing or whatever, right? And let's say that guy did not bring any firewood to camp, right? That is a big no. You don't do that. Like it's cool if you don't bring firewood, but if you're the one that don't bring firewood, don't feed the fire to burn all the wood before the people that did bring it gets to enjoy it. What's y'all's thoughts on that?
I agree. And if you don't bring firewood, you better hope you have a hatchet so you can go cut down some dead shit and make some firewood, because I mean that's a necessity. Right?
You'll see me over there with my pocket knife just carving away at a tree, just trying to cut one down.
Yeah.
Gosh, you're big and strong. You can just break off branches.
No, I mean you're absolutely right. Like so our rule with us is if you brought the wood, you feed the wood. If you didn't bring it, you don't touch it unless you're asked to. If 9 times out of 10, it's Ricky that brings the wood because he's got the truck, he's got the space, and he brings the wood, and he enjoys putting wood in the fire. But I mean, if he says, "Hey man, like I had too much to drink, go get a piece of wood," like I'll go get a piece of wood and throw it on to keep the fire going. But I would never touch another man's firewood without him telling me to because it's disrespectful.
Well, now most of the time,
no, not touching his wood.
Josh, you can touch my wood anytime, buddy. Okay, but I've been on a lot of trips, and very rarely is there people in the group that don't bring wood. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen you bring wood, I saw Spears bring wood. Hell, I think even last time Derek went with us, Derek even brought wood. Didn't you, Derek? I'm pretty sure you did, because we burned like pallets at the fire and all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like we've at least had everybody contribute a little bit. Like so that's not really something that I've ever really had experience. I mean, I've heard of horror stories.
Actually, we got lucky too. We had wood there. People left wood there.
Yes, and that's another thing. Like, if you're not the one that brings wood, go check other campsites and see if they left wood, and if so, pick that shit up and bring it over. You know what I mean? Like,
run to the gas station and buy that bundle out by the door.
Yeah, but if you get the bundle by the,
if someone leaves you wood, leave. If you don't burn all yours, leave it there. There's no point in you bringing it home.
And I can tell you this, to Josh's aspect, if you go get the wood from the store that's in the bundle, it's normally not like seasoned, right? It's very what they call green wood, so it's not going to burn right away. You got to make sure you have a hot fire and then put that on top, and it'll start burning through because it's normally still wet, so it's not going to catch right away. So you got to make sure you have at least a little bit of seasoned wood.
See, but that comes back to you're smoking out people too, though, because you throw wet wood on there and shit, smoke comes out. But so, you don't like it, don't go camping.
Right. Fire pit cleanup. Leave it better than you found, right? Like I believe in. So first of all, don't throw anything in the fire that will not burn. That is my aspect. Don't throw cans, don't throw bottles in there, don't throw any aluminum. If it won't burn, don't put it in there. You know what I'm saying? That's just disrespectful to being outdoors, and God forbid the game wardens that got to go through there and clean that shit up, right? Like I don't believe you should put anything in the fire that don't burn.
Nope. If it's not biodegradable, don't throw it in there.
Yep. Who's responsible for the fire if it gets out of hand? I say call 911, honestly, because like if it gets out of hand and you cannot control it as the people in there.
What if you got no service?
Better fucking take off running or something. I don't know.
The guy with the camper has got a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, that's the thing. That guy right there, that's who's responsible. Because that's the guy that called me and was like, "Hey, you want to go camping?" So, yeah, he's the host. He's in charge.
Y'all got some jokes tonight. I see. Y'all got some jokes. Okay. I know we already touched on this a little bit, but do y'all think it's okay? Like, do y'all think it's okay to play music at campground, like through a speaker? Absolutely. To where people at your okay? I'm a big believer in it because. Whenever I get to drinking, man, I mean, I'll get out there. I'll cut a damn rug, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Baby. I'll cut a rug, baby. Like, we're getting down with it. So, like,
hey, what would it take for you to stand up and cut a rug right now?
Fuck.
He needs a shot.
Somebody better feed me some alcohol real quick.
Hey, drink one of those drinks you brought me today. You'll be good.
I don't know if I'll cut a rug with that. I might be finding a rug to go lay down and go to sleep with one of them. But yeah, I love listening to music while I'm sitting there hanging out with people and having a few beers, stuff like that. That's a blast. I know we already talked about generator use. If you're yay or nay, if you're out somewhere and you are primitive camping and you don't have a generator, I say, hell yeah, bring a generator, run it. Because how else are you going to get power? Everything nowadays runs off of power, right? That's what they're for. So if you're primitive camping and you're out in the middle of nowhere, I say run a generator. That way, if you need a heater at night, if it's 20 or 15 degrees or even single digits, you can run a heater. If you want to run an AC unit because it's just too hot, you can run an AC unit. If you want to charge your phones, you can charge your phones with generators, right? Generators are used for a lot of different things. I'm a big yes on generator use. What do y'all think?
I'm a nay.
Nay.
No. If you're when you go camping, you're trying to get away from everything. Technology, all that, the sound, the noise, everything. Like, it's so nice. Like, all right, so when we went camping and I fished the entire night by myself, it was peaceful, amazing. Now, granted, I did have my phone on me, and I did get pretty drunk, and I did call a lot of people throughout the entire night and talk. But I fished all night, and when I wasn't on the phone, when the sun rose, it was amazing because it was just me, the calm ass lake we were on with the orange colors coming through. It was peaceful. Like, you don't need a generator to go camping. You can camp with. You don't need power. Like it's the whole point of going camping is, to me, is to get away from everything.
So I think you need generators just due to the fact of if you need to charge your phones or anything like that, big emergencies, right? Like God forbid if you're there goes Derek through his chair.
Yeah, my chair just broke. Well,
hey, welcome.
I know what's going on in the next exit video.
Hey, you better clip that for an intro.
All right. Well, I had my episode today. He's now had his. It's your turn, Ricky.
So I've literally, like, I'm a big person on making sure your phone's charged, just because if I'm hunting or fishing, let's say you're out on a boat, right, and you go out in the water and you need to know, and it's dark and you need to know exactly where your camp spot was or your campground, you can use GPS to get back to it. Or if you're out there hunting, you can find your way back to your truck. So I'm a big yes on that, just for reasons of like having phones and stuff charged. You will never catch me sleeping in a hammock, though. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Yeah, no.
I'd sleep in a hammock.
No.
Like, I got a quick question, off topic, real quick.
Yeah.
Every time I highlight the viewers' comments, it's always saying double click to update, and it does nothing, and it's annoying because I can't see their names. But that was Strawberry that said that. But that Josh said, play that man some digging up.
Digging up bones.
I can't see that, though. I can't see his name. This stupid double click to update pops up. Why?
Yeah, that I don't know. But this man talking about digging up bones, man, that's y'all talking about late crazy night right there. That's talking about me getting a little wild.
Why you're spoon, Josh? Because you're the big spoon?
Yeah. So big LED lights are like lighting up the campground. Is there too much when it's dark outside with lights? Yes or no?
It depends who's close. It depends. If it's just your group and they like it, then no. But if you got people that complain about it, well, then tell them to move a little further away. Like,
yes, I'm kind of with Derek on that. Like, let's say for example, we're all up, right, and we're moving around the fire, we're cooking, or we're having some beers. I do believe there's not enough light, right? Like, I feel like we could always put more light out if it's dark. But now let's say if Josh is going to bed or Derek's going to bed or Jimmy that's going camping with us. I don't know who Jimmy is, but let's say Jimmy's going camping with us, right? He's going to bed. Like, I do believe knock down the lights a little bit to where it's not going through somebody's tent or somebody's camper windows. But that's only if they're in our group. But like Derek said, if we had an instance a couple years back where a guy came in late to camp, we didn't even know him. He asked us, hey, do y'all mind if I set up over here? We're like, dude, do it at your own discretion. We can't tell you if you're going to like it or not, right? And this man comes up to us and he's like, hey, can y'all turn off y'all? And literally his word for word is, he came up to me and my cousin, little Bobby, and he said, hey, will y'all turn off y'all's fucking lights? I'm trying to sleep over here. And I cracked open another beer. I looked at him. I was like, last time I checked, motherfucker, you camped there. You chose to be there. That is your own problem. That's nobody else's, right? So suck it up. You better put on some sunglasses for the night is all I got to say. You know what I mean? You chose to camp there, bro. Sorry about your luck. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we about got into it. But he turned around and went his own direction. But I'm with Derek. If it's somebody that's outside your group, they're too close.
Yep.
They're too close.
Hey man, before we move on, can I share a screen real quick? Can I show something?
Go ahead.
This is
oh my gosh. Come on, man.
Last night I dug your picture out from my
It's just one good time. Come on.
You can't even see my foot tapping right now, but it's going. Okay, it is going. It is fucking going right now, bro.
Right up till the break of dawn. Yeah, I've been sitting
if y'all don't know,
digging up bones.
it doesn't matter what we're doing. If this song comes on, Ricky's gonna cut a rug. We could be in the middle of Walmart, and Ricky's gonna cut a rug.
This man's foolish. This man's foolish.
I need to see this rug cutting.
Oh my God, it's a sight to see, man. It is a sight to see. What's y'all's opinion on kids, dogs, and general camp noise coming from like families? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, there's a time and a place to bring families camping, right?
Yeah.
Or bring dogs. I do believe taking them to the lake. I love it. I love getting the kids involved, getting the wives involved, something like that. But now there might be times where it's just a guys only trip, right? And that might not be the best place to take your wife. Kind of like what I was telling y'all earlier. There's trips where us as guys, when we go on these hunting trips or even fishing trips, sometimes we agree, hey, this is a guys only trip. And like, let's say, for example, and I'm gonna be 100% honest for everybody watching and even us guys here, because I can talk to Derek and Josh about anything, right? You might go places sometime where there might be guys out there camping, hunting or fishing, or just camping in general. And they might be out there for a week, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks at a time, right? And if you're going off and going hunting or fishing and leaving your campsite, is that the best place to leave your daughter, son, or your wife? I don't believe so, because I would never want to put my family in harm's way, right? Not saying that everybody would, but you can't trust random people, right? These guys have been out there for weeks at a time, right? They might see things different and try to do weird shit. And the reason why I say that is because I haven't had it in my group, but I know of people that has had that happen, and they come out of the woods and there's been like some bad shit that's happened, right? So I do believe that there is trips to take families on, and then I believe that there is trips that just the guys need to go on. My opinion.
I agree.
I agree too, but I want to chime in on your guys being out there for so long, and you bring your wife or your daughter. One,
Yep.
Really, if you're going hunting, unless your wife or daughter are also hunting, yeah, it's not a place for them.
Exactly.
If you do bring them, for some stupid reason, you do bring them because they want to get away, and some guy tries to do anything or get on him, that guy deserves to get fucking knocked the fuck out 100%.
That guy,
Worst-
that guy would end up in the woods, not being found.
Yeah, because
Worst things have happened.
No matter what, there's no reason for that to happen. No matter
Exactly.
But
Sorry, go ahead, Josh. Go ahead.
I think what you're trying to say is like when people are out there for 2 and 3 weeks at a time, they almost lose a sense of their humanity.
They do.
They get that animal instinct kicks in because they're lonely, and they do things that they wouldn't normally do.
And now I'm 100% with Derek. Like, I've seen women or daughters go with guys out there, right? But they're also going hunting. They're also going fishing. When the guy of the camp that they're with leaves camp, they go with. They don't stay back at camp by themselves. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Now, if we're going to the lake and it's just family trips, I mean, that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? But if you're going with coworkers, people that you've never met before, that your cousin or your brother's bringing, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you don't know these people, and there's 15 other hunters or 15 other hunter like fishers out there. You know what I mean? There's just a lot of people in the general location. I don't believe that you need to leave the kids or the wife behind. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's a safety issue, in my opinion.
Agreed. Like it all depends on the trip. You know?
Yes.
Like, it all depends on the trip. If we're going now, us, you know, we go hunting. We got our sons. We want to bring them. We want to teach them to get off the internet and get off technology and kind of like put your toes in the dirt. Like, yeah, we're gonna take them with us.
Right.
Now, and if anybody tries to act weird with them, then that just deserves. They're gonna get left hunting. You know, they're gonna be buried in the woods somewhere. You know?
Yeah.
Can you send me that video, please?
Come on, man. All right. I know we dipped into it a little bit, but food storage etiquette. What do y'all do with your food? Like, what kind of precautions do y'all take with your food?
Precautions against what?
Anything. Like, for me, like, I'm gonna make it very simple, right? I'm gonna make it very simple when it comes to food. Put it away. When you're done with it, put it away. You know what I'm saying? That way no insects, animals get to it. If you got trash, throw it in a trash bag. You know what I'm saying? Don't leave everything out. Don't get swallowed up in ants, ticks, and everything else. Just simply put it away. That's my answer to that. But what do y'all think?
I mean, you close your coolers. Go ahead, Derek.
No. That's all I wanted to say. I agree.
Close your coolers at night. You know, don't leave. That's another thing is like if you're getting if if the group brings drinks, don't go through someone else's cooler and leave it open, like because the ice melts. Like that was an ordeal. We've been through that before with people to us. But yeah, I mean, always hang a trash bag, throw your trash away, put your food away. Don't leave food out because I mean, last thing I want is spears not only floating in water but having ants crawling all over them at night. You know what I mean? Like that's just not that that's happened, but you know.
Right. The do y'all believe in feeding wildlife when you're out there camping?
Hell no.
Yeah, I'm saying absolutely not. Don't do that because you're attracting them to come back. You know what I'm saying? You're attracting them to come to your camp, and I don't see a need of having a fucking campground pet.
That question's kind of a trick question too, though, in a sense.
Explain a little bit.
If you're hunting, well, you want to throw food out to bring not to the camp, but around your camp. But if you're fishing and you're right on the lake, you definitely want to chum that water and bring.
Now, I can even tell you this. So to chime in a little bit on that, in the state of Georgia, if you're on public land, right? Public land, it is actually against the law to bait your wildlife for hunting. Now, if you're private property and you're in a hunting club or like on your own property, you can bait all day long, right? But if you're on public land, which is probably 65 to 70% of the time that I go hunting, you know what I'm saying? It's public land and I can't bait, you know what I'm saying? So you're just out there looking for good signs, hoping they pass through kind of thing.
I want to touch on this comment from Strawberry. So Coolers and I say, if you're camping with a group, everyone brings their own food or splits it evenly if agreed on. One person can't be bringing steaks and the other hot dogs. So I'm glad you said this. So before we go camping, you know, we always get a feel for who's going to pitch in, who's got money, how are we going to split it.
We ask for everybody to make a list, right?
Pretty much.
Hey, what do you want to bring? What do y'all want to eat?
We always, when we're rolling to camp, we always stop at like a Kroger, a Publix, wherever grocery store is around. And we always look and we get exactly, we're there for 3 days, like the last trip. And we know we need breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 3 days. So we grab this, and this because that's what everybody likes. We go check out. The bill's $150. There's 3 families there. You split it 3 ways. And that way, like, it's even for everybody. And then it's not like one person has to feel outed because they don't have any food or feel bad for asking somebody for food. Like, it makes it very easy. Because then, again, like you said, like, one person don't have hot dogs, one person has steaks. Like everybody's going to have the steak. Everyone's going to have the hot dog. Everyone's going to have the hamburger. It's fair. And I'm a firm believer at the end of the night when food is done cooking and like, let's say, we all split money evenly, whatever, or everybody brought their own food. Like when we go down on our hunting trips, we bring our own food. Right. But let's say I cook chicken breasts, my cousin and uncles are cooking steaks, and then somebody else is cooking seafood. Right. When we're all done eating and there's still food left over and we're just sitting there drinking beer, like we'll be like, hey guys, if anybody wants any food, help yourself, right? Like that's the time. Like if you're hungry and somebody says, help yourself, go take advantage of that. You know what I mean? Like go get you some more food. Like, I mean, I do believe in sharing at camp, but you also got to make sure you have enough food to share, if that makes sense. Like you want to be able to get full, you know what I'm saying? But you don't want to also go to bed starving either. But I do believe in sharing food. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
That's and at the end of the day, like the last day, we always have extra food. So what do we do?
Always. We cook it all and we're like, hey guys, eat as much as you want. You know what I'm saying? Eat some food. Now, like, let's say if we just have abundant of food at like left over, or like we cook an abundant of food, we're all full and we still got stuff in the cooler. Like, hey, do you want to take these hot dogs home? Or hey, do you want to take these burgers home? Like we just kind of like split it up or whatever. But like that last night, we're not bashful with the food. Like we cook a feast on that last night because it's your last night in the woods or last night at the lake. Eat as much as you possibly want and then take the leftover home. Right. Like I do believe in going to bed full that last night. Like I don't want to go to bed hungry. I'm going to be pissed off. Right. Yeah. That's kind of fucked.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. That's kind of messed up.
$20 worth of steak for everybody. Sherry,
kind of messed up. Let's see. What was the next thing we had? So this one goes for Josh because I know he's had some issues and stuff in the past. Campground bathrooms. How do you be a decent human being in a public bathroom at a campground, Josh?
A decent human being.
Yeah, tell us some of your horror stories, man. Like, tell us a horror story and tell us like what people should do.
But you're talking about a campsite with a bathroom, though, right?
Yeah, like let's say we go to like Lake Allatoona or Piedmont. They got the public bathroom like on the campground for you to go use, or shower houses or bathrooms.
Am I by myself or is somebody else in there with me?
I mean, I would hope you're by yourself. You know what I mean?
Look. I mean, bro, like, you always take a little thing of Febreze with you. You know what I mean?
In this comment?
Yeah. So,
well, no, if you clog it, don't keep flushing, bro. Like it's gonna make it worse.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
No, and people wear no, don't overflow the toilet because people wear Crocs, and you don't want to be walking in.
Hey, Clorox wipes.
That'll
burn.
Yeah, Clorox wipes.
That'll burn. You're trying to bleach.
Dude wipes.
Yeah,
Dude wipes. Bro.
Dude wipes.
Dude wipes.
You're watching
Dude
Dude wipes.
Dude wipes. We need a sponsorship. I need a year's
Yeah.
to go hunting with me, please.
For real, we'll put them in every video we make.
Go.
I'll have a whole stack of them behind me for display, dude. I'm just saying.
I don't know. I mean, like, so when we get to camp, like, I always go check out the bathroom because you know I'm the guy. Like, I got, you know, I'm particular, man. I don't like using the bathroom in public. I like, if I'm close to the house, I'm gonna go home. Ricky knows this. Like even when we used to work together, like if I was close to the house, I'm going home. Like I'll come back and work it later. Like I gotta use my own stuff. And so I always go check out the bathroom. I make sure it's clean, make sure everything's good. Like always take my own toilet paper. I don't like using other people's toilet paper or the roll that's there because someone else has touched it. You don't know where it's been. You know what?
And I'm a firm believer, dude. If you're in there showering, dude, lock the bathroom behind you and wear your Crocs. You know what I'm saying?
Wear your Crocs. If you're taking a shower at a public facility, wear some.
Imagine how much dirt you're standing on if you're not wearing Crocs.
Oh, it ain't the dirt you got to worry about.
Okay, so let me tell y'all a funny story, right? And there's some people in here that are watching right now that I know for a fact they're going to know what I'm talking about. So I'm not naming any names, okay? No names. But a father once went to a bathroom and some people came in right behind him and there was some weird stuff going on and he was in the shower stall right next to him and the shower water's trading, you know what I mean? And it was a bad time and he had to get out of there really quick, okay? I don't want to go into too many more details, but that is exactly why you wear like Crocs in the showers and stuff like that, because you don't want to be in somebody else's bodily fluids. Don't do it. That shit's gross, man. That is so nasty.
Clorox wipes are for the toilet, not your butt. Oh, well.
I mean,
yeah.
I can see that too, but Dude Wipes is just as good. Dude Wipes, sponsor us. Dude Wipes, I need a sponsorship. I need you in my hunting bag.
I need to play something again real quick. Can I interrupt one more time?
No, don't do it.
Come on, man.
No.
Do it.
Come on.
You don't need permission. You got control.
Oh my gosh.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present Ricky cutting a rug?
No, don't present Ricky cutting a rug. Don't do that.
Broken home. Yeah, tonight I'm sitting alone.
Oh my God, why did he look like he didn't?
I'm digging up bones. I'm digging up bones.
Oh my god, dude.
Things that's better left alone.
You know, so it gets better than that, but that's at the very beginning until we get warmed up. After that, like that's like my stretch routine, because if I really start cutting a rug, I might pull a hammy. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to pull no hammy. I'll be out of work for a week, dude. So like,
we all thought it was wiping our ass.
Wait, did we say two dudes? I don't remember saying that.
let's just say it was in the guy's bathroom.
Was it? Did you?
He's talking about the water going back and forth with the showers.
But was it two dudes in the bathroom?
Yes, indeed it was.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Never mind.
All right, so on to the next topic. Derek, I'll have to fill you in later. We can't do it on stream because we're gonna get like literally banned on YouTube if we keep going on this topic. So, backcountry bathroom rules. And whenever I say backcountry, I'm talking about when you're out in the woods. Okay, I want to dive into this first. So, we had a issue a while back when somebody went to go number 2 in the woods. Right, he squatted up against a tree, kicks out like a nice little patch of like leaves. And before I go any farther, this is not about me. Okay. This had nothing to do about me. It was 2 guys in my camp group. So I just want to let that, it was not me. Okay. He cleared out a nice little spot in the dirt, like underneath the tree. He squatted up against the tree, took a crap. When he wiped his butt with the toilet paper, he wiped it and he threw it about 10 yards to the right. Okay. Now, the next guy came in about 20 minutes later to try to take a shit and ended up stepping in an old dude's turds back there and got really, really mad because when he went in there, he was like, oh, this is a nice spot to take a shit, right? And he saw the toilet paper 10 yards to the left. So he was like, oh, nobody's been right here. So he went to that tree and stepped in old buddy's pile of crap and got really mad. And that caused a huge fight. Okay. It caused a fight at campground. So number 1 etiquette, if you're going number 2 out in the woods and you're squatted up against a tree, if you're squatted up against a tree, number 1 etiquette, when you wipe your butt, drop your toilet paper where you shit. Okay. And the reason I say that is so nobody else has any reason to complain, because if they step on toilet paper, that is their own fault. Okay. That's my number 1 etiquette I say. Other than that, you do you. Do y'all have any rules that y'all say with the woods?
I put up a little flag, bro. I put the little marking flags down. You know what I mean? So you're walking through, there's squatch of shit trails right there.
Oh my God, dude. This dude's like,
when I've had to, like, I've only shit in the woods one time, and I dug.
We're going to make that a number 2 here soon.
Hey, and let me ask you before you tell the story: is it not the most liberating experience of your life?
It's actually more liberating shitting in the water.
That's so gross.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, because I've done like in Florida, fishing trips. You're out there fishing, you gotta go shit. You don't want to shit in the boat, like you just go shit out in the water. You just a little bit of fanning under the water cleans the shit out, like you're good. Like I don't know.
I got no words right now. I got no words right now.
From the turds, honestly, like, but back to shitting in the woods. I've only done it once, but I dug a hole. But I have shit out on the road working on cell phone towers. What we would do is we take a 5-gallon bucket and we just put a trash bag in it. We shit in the bag and then wipe, throw it out, and take it, throw it away, dig a hole, or gone. But
yeah, it's I don't think I can ever say I've ever shit in water though. Like that's one of my things.
Really, you've never shit in water?
Nah.
I mean, you kind of got to swim away from it because it kind of just creeps up.
It comes back up, man. Like, I mean, how do you explain that to the people that's next to you? Like when you.
Oh no!
Sorry, guys.
People, like you go away. Right? You swim way away. You just
oh my God, dude.
Bro! This comment, I can't even.
You're supposed to save the turn in case your buddy gets a kill.
But then again, what if it's diarrhea?
Oh my God, dude! I couldn't even imagine.
So I can speak on this. So if y'all
were diarrhea in the water?
No, not in the water, man. Then it just looks discolored floating, and it's just weird patches of discolored water. No.
Jeez.
So if you were here for the first episode, you heard me say that I'm lactose intolerant, which I am 100%. And it sucks because my favorite food is pizza. I love cheese. I love eating the things I shouldn't eat. And I can't because it comes with bad consequences. So I have had diarrhea on hunting trips before, and it's miserable. But you just got to go in the same thing. You just instead of it being logs, it's going to be more splatter, and you just got to cover it up. Put my little flag there, and you move on about your day, and you make sure that you don't get it on your pants. Like that's another thing, because if you get on your pants and you got to walk back to pants with diarrhea on your, it's no good.
I've had that happen to me before. Yeah, I've had that happen to me before. So let's get off the shit topic for a minute, right? RV space. Don't take up more room than you need. So I'm gonna kind of hit 2 topics at the same time here, right? Because I'm a big camper person. I do 100% believe in not taking up more space than I need with the camper, especially whenever I have people coming with tents, right? Because also another topic we had on here was, like what kind of terrain should you put a camper in, right? So a tent you cannot level, okay? You cannot level out a tent. So when we're out in fields or whatever, I do believe in letting my people with tents have the most level spots, because I can somewhat level a camper. Rather, I use my jack stands or my tongue lift to go up or down and lift up the ass end or lower it or whatever. So I'm a big believer in letting the tent people have the flatter spot, because I can always semi adjust my camper.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Josh?
I think that's fair. And you've done that for us before. Like even when you used to camp out of your trailer, you would always give me the benefit of the doubt of giving me the more flat area, because it kind of sucks, man. When you're sleeping on an incline, you sometimes wake up on the floor, and it's a courtesy thing, and you do that for us, and I've always appreciated that.
Yeah. I mean, you can't level a tent, right? Like wherever you put it, you're there. Like it's not like you can just lift up the ground like you can a camper. So, when you have a camper, you got to be considerate to the people that are using tents. I do believe that 100%. Blocking roads or trailheads, rather you're parking for camping or if you're parking to go hunting. So I know a lot of places where you can actually get tickets and get in trouble for blocking gates or roadheads.
Yep.
Josh, what do you think?
Yep. You can definitely, even parking to go hunting here, you can get tickets for blocking the roadhead. You have to park off to the side.
And you got to leave the gates open so game wardens and stuff can get through, right?
Yep. Strawberry said, real question, do you prefer closer campgrounds or secluded camp spot? I prefer secluded because I like just being with my group. And again, it goes back to if we decide we want to stay up late, get rowdy, whatever, we're not bothering other people.
I mean, I can kind of go with either one, but I do like my secluded campground, kind of like what Josh is saying. Derek, what you think, buddy?
I like secluded. I mean, secluded with the group you're with.
Yes.
Because if you're with the group you're with, they pretty much know how you could be or maybe or how much fun you want to have. So I mean, not really going to piss them off. If
you're not secluded, like if you're in a group, like a large area, and you want to walk out of your tent butt ass naked, like they could press charges. You know what I mean? Like if I walk out with my group butt ass naked, they're just going to look at me like I'm a little weird.
Exactly.
You might get a little judged, you know what I'm saying? But
look, man,
that's probably the worst that's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. What else do we have here? We already talked about parking. Yeah, go ahead.
Would you prefer a known campground or a camp area, or would you like to just drive, find a spot, pull off on the side of the road, and then walk and find somewhere to camp?
So I've done both. For example, Cedar Creek is a big one, kind of like what you were just saying, where you just got to go find a spot. There's no designated campground, no designated spots. You camp wherever you can, right? Like there's been times where we camped on the side of dirt roads. And actually I can get some pictures of that and I can share that to everybody, right? Where we've been on boat trips and we camped on the side of dirt roads where our bathroom, like we were peeing in the middle of the dirt road, right? And I've been to places that have campgrounds or campsites. So, I mean, I've kind of done a little bit of both. But I like doing either one. You know, it just depends on like what everybody's up for, because like I said before, I'll do anything as long as everybody in my group is good with it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of good with whatever.
I've never done the just pull off somewhere and go, like what me and Jeff were telling you today when we went to Tony Thomas's to pick up those racks. The fishing areas out there. I mean, you literally could just pull off on the side of the road where he lives and just pick a pond and fish, and they look great, amazing.
Yeah.
Like, never done nothing like that. I've always wanted to.
Well, where I'm planning on taking you, I mean, Josh has already been there and Spears has already been there, and I think CJ's already been there. CJ's in the chat today or whatever. But where I plan on taking you, Derek, to go turkey hunting, that's one of those things where if somebody's there, you go find somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like you're driving on down the road, you're going to find somewhere to go camp. I have a couple of good places in mind that people normally don't go to, you know what I mean? And people might not know about because they're on back roads, back on a dirt road that you can barely get through, right? And you just drive back there. But that's, I mean, I think you're going to get a good taste of that this year, especially going into April and May for turkey season. So I'm pretty excited to kind of introduce you to that a little bit.
I'm excited about it. I'm excited to go hunting for the first time.
Yes, we're gonna get you out there small game hunting. Hopefully, we can get you out there tomorrow and let you see a little bit. You know, you're not gonna be able to hunt yet, but you can definitely video and get in the video and stuff like that. But hopefully, you're gonna have your safety course done here very soon, where we can get you your license and stuff.
Why don't you give the viewers a little tease of what we're doing tomorrow?
So we're gonna go squirrel hunting. We're gonna go out there. We're gonna mosey around. We're gonna walk a good bit of land, good bit of public land at that. Get to show Derek a good bit of places that we go deer hunting or turkey hunting or whatever. We're gonna take. Josh is taking out a regular 22 AR, and I am actually taking a brand new gun that I'm taking out there. It is a cartridge. It has an air cartridge on there, but it's an air rifle. So I've never been big into air rifles before, right? But they're becoming bigger and bigger. Like I've actually met people that deer hunt with air rifles, and it could be a 308 round, right? But it's air rifle based, which is absolutely mind boggling to me, right? But I'm actually going out there with a CO2 canistered air rifle 22. And I had some good luck with it. I put down 2 squirrels with it the other day, but we're going to try to see if we can get some more on video tomorrow. But this gun is awesome. I really want to do a review on it and show everybody. But this air rifle is shooting up to 13 to 1500 feet per second for a 22. And Josh actually shot it the other day, and it's very quiet, very smooth. I mean, Josh, what was your first impressions on the rifle?
It was for a 22. It had the power. It was smooth. And I actually kind of liked it. I actually have been debating about going to buy one. Like,
and the cool thing is they're magazine based, right? So there's 2 10-round magazines that you can rotate through there, and it's lever action. It's lever action, almost like a bolt action, but it's lever action on the side for an air rifle. I mean, it's kind of the best of both worlds. You can small game hunt with it. You can squirrel, rabbit hunt. I've seen videos of, I mean, any kind of rodent, honestly, you know what I'm saying? You can bird hunt with them. You can do all kinds of stuff. So we are going to get a review out there on that, just so y'all are all aware, but it's going to be a really cool video to watch.
Strawberry, I do a lot of hiking, so I'm all good for the walk. That don't bother me at all. I'm a very outdoorsy person, so
we're going to put them to the test tomorrow, Strawberry. We'll see.
Oh, I'll walk through that test, no problem. No,
I can't wait. So I got a question for y'all. If y'all had a rude camping neighbor, right? Somebody that's complaining, somebody that's come up to you, just being an absolute jackass. How do y'all handle that?
Yep, I had one. I was camping in a tent on this lake, and this guy had a camper and invited us out there. And it was rude because he had a camper and I had a tent, and it was hot, and I had to go sleep in my truck because I got too hot.
Josh, how would you handle a rude camping neighbor?
I mean, I handle things different than you do. I'm very non-confrontational, very polite about things. So, I mean, if it's something I know I'm doing wrong, like I'll fix it. I'll apologize. I'll fix the problem. But if it's something that I'm not doing wrong, that they're being a Karen over, then fuck you. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my thing is, especially if you're not in my group and you just come up and you're just an outside neighbor out, like, sorry about your luck. It kind of goes back to what we were talking about before. You're too close to us. You know what I mean?
Golden. Good, buddy. I hike a lot. Mountains, all that shit. Like, I'm good. We'll see how good shape you're in.
What's some of the worst campground behaviors that y'all have ever seen?
Worst campground behaviors?
Yes.
So, like, this is for all the parents that don't parent. When their kids are just running amok, man. Like, doing whatever, and I can't. That's like, it's horrible. Like, discipline. Like, I'm not saying physical discipline, nothing like that, but man, the kids got to be mindful of other people. Like, you don't want your kids out there cursing, yelling, throwing trash on the ground, not caring. That's just biggest thing when we started the show tonight. The first thing that Josh said, when we were talking about etiquette was, mindful, trash with the animals and all that. The biggest thing of going camping is to see animals, to see nature. But kids, man, they just don't give a shit.
Well,
some of them don't. Some of them don't.
To touch on what you just said, Derek, not only kids, but animals. I have been on several trips, and Ricky's been there on a few, where people let their dogs run free, and they will run to your campsite and they will mess with your stuff and they'll pee on your stuff, and like that to me is one of the biggest pet peeves I have. If you have a dog that is off leash and that is not trained, don't bring the dog. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like
Or
waking
keep
up
it on
to
a leash.
or keep it on a leash. I don't like waking up to a dog peeing on my tent. I'm sorry.
No, that's a good way to get cussed out, honestly. Yeah, no, I'm with it. You know, like the worst
Touch. Sorry.
the worst like camping. No, you're good. The worst camping like behavior I've ever seen is, I mean, I think I've seen almost it all. To be honest, I've seen the kids like Derek's talking about. I've seen the dogs like you're talking about, Josh. I've even seen people fighting out there. I've seen people throwing beer cans or bottles. I've seen it all. You know what I mean? If it just comes back to respecting who you're camping with and respecting the campground, right? If you can't do it and you can't handle yourself, don't go.
Yeah,
that's what it comes down to me. You know
absolutely.
Can I gotta chime in on Hutch's comment. So
Yeah.
Hutch has been a friend of mine for I don't know, 6-7 years now, I think, Hutch. And he's talking about the first time I met this man, he was going to a reptile show in Tinley. And he drove overnight to get to my house from New Hampshire. And I was in Illinois. And we live streamed the whole thing. Like, I stayed up all night and all that. And then he got to my house, he passed out. And I took pictures of him sleeping on my basement floor in the snake room. He's a good man. He's actually, Ricky, I told you about, he was supposed to move here like last year, but supposedly it's this year.
Okay. Yeah. That'd be cool. I see Strawberry's comment down there also about public land. People would call the game wardens. Yes, but I could tell you this: if it's not a legitimate reason to get the game wardens involved, I wouldn't do it, because they do have bigger and better things to worry about versus little stuff, right? And I can promise you, a game warden can be the biggest jackass you will ever meet. Some of them are very nice, right? But some of them, if they are called out for little and things that makes no sense, it can make them very angry. And dealing with a pissed off game warden is worse than dealing with GSP or anybody else. Because I promise you, if you have not had that encounter with a game warden, it will happen. And I can even tell you a little bit about that. So like back in the day, me and my dad have been camping and everything else, and game warden came up and was like, "Hey guys, I want to take a look around y'all's camp." Okay, like you can't say no because you're out on public land. You're out in the wilderness, right? They have every right to search every bit of your shit if they want to. They don't even need a warrant or anything.
Yeah.
So they went through every bit of our stuff. Old dude even made a sandwich out of our sandwich bread and our meat and everything else.
Yeah.
And we couldn't say shit about it. We just sat there. My cousin was just telling me about a story where there was a game warden roadblock, which down south where we go turkey hunting and deer hunting a lot, they do a lot of roadblocks to check licensing and everything else. And you can't get mad at them because that's also part of their job, right? But my cousin and my uncle were talking, they were laughing, and the game warden walked up and was like, "So what's so funny?" And my uncle was like, "Well, I was just telling my son, a little story about a while back." He goes, "Well, tell me, I want to laugh." And he goes, "I don't think you'll think it's that funny." And he goes, "Try me." So then he told him they were talking about a bad game warden story, like where the guy was just being a complete asshole, right? He goes, the game warden said, "So you think that's funny?" And he was like, "Well, matter of fact, sir, now that you mention it, I don't think it's that funny." And he said, "Okay, well, since you don't think it's that funny, why don't you step out of your truck?" And made him get out of the truck and made him empty his entire toolbox and everything right there on the side of the road, because he was searching for firearms, alcohol, because you can't have alcohol out there on the dirt roads when you're hunting or anything like that. So like, you definitely don't want to piss off the game wardens. They can be the roughest thing that you've ever had to deal with.
What people don't realize is game wardens are the most powerful law enforcement officer agency out there.
Yes.
And people think, oh, they just deal with fishing or hunting or whatever. They can arrest you for whatever they want. They have unlimited power.
I can tell you, anytime I've ever met a game warden, I've always tried to be on their good side.
They come to my house because of the reptiles I have and go through everything and anything in my house they want. It don't matter. They can open up every tub, every drawer, my clothes, anything in my sheds. They can do whatever they want.
If you're speeding down through WMA, they'll pull you over and take you to jail for speeding. I
Mm.
mean, that's not their normal thing, but they can do it.
I can tell you, man, and this goes for even if I'm checking in deer at a check station, right? Because the game wardens control that stuff. I will sit there because they recognize your trucks when you're pulling up. They will recognize you if they see you back out there. I try to make friends with them, right? Because you don't want them on your bad side. You piss them off one time, that's all it takes, right? Like you want to be on their good side. They are 100% above the local PD. You're 100% right, Hutch, because I have actually seen them whenever I've been out on search and rescue missions where game warden is more involved. Local PD pulls up and even GSP shows up, and I've seen the game warden tell them to get lost. And when they tell them to get lost, they have no choice but to turn around and leave because technically, I mean, the game warden rules it. Like if they want to tell GSP to get lost and they don't need to be there, they need to listen. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sorry, but always be on the good side of a game warden. That is going to be our plan, and that is our goal is within a certain amount of time. I know they're still really busy right now with deer season, but outside of hunting season, somewhere between deer season and turkey season somewhere, I do want to get a game warden on here, whether it's a current or a past game warden. And I would love for us to ask some questions and even get y'all involved to even ask questions to the game warden, because I think that would be amazing. Because I got some questions I would love to ask. I'm sure y'all do too.
At the end of the day, you got to know your laws, and every state is different.
Dot your I's, cross your T's.
Yep, not all states are the same.
You gotta, like Derek said, like here in Georgia, we have academies, right? I don't know how many states have different academies, but if you have a local like sports store that does hunting and sports and everything else, they have hunting and fishing regulation books, and they are free. You know what I'm saying? Go up there and ask for those books. They cover the entire year, and it's free. You can even look them up online, but it is easier to flip through the book. Yeah. And I love having it on me because you can study up. Now it's specific to your state, right? But like Derek's saying, make sure you know your laws. Make sure you know what you are hunting for, or make sure you know your bag limits or your size of your fish that you're fishing for keep, because you definitely don't want to get caught in the wrong with the GMs, the game wardens,
or your dates.
Just like tomorrow, I'm going hunting with these two guys. I am not physically hunting myself. I'm going to have the cameras. And then Ricky brought up earlier, well, what's him to say if we got 5 squirrels, say I didn't shoot one? Well, I'm going to film everything, and every animal that they shoot, if they shoot any, will be on film. I will be holding the cameras, and those two will be in the frame. Yeah, not me. That's our proof. Like, it's not to say I can't go hunting with them. I just physically can't shoot anything.
Right.
Unless somehow tonight I do that class, and then I pay for the license, then I can probably shoot something tomorrow.
By the way, that license for small game, if you just wanted to do that, is only like $17.
That's what I was actually just telling Derek on there.
So I might want to do it after the show and go just watch everything and do it all. So
I'm actually glad Josh brought that up, because a lot of people think you got to spend $100 to get a license or $79 to get a license, right? They cost different amounts for different things that you want. Yeah, we can get a sportsman's combo here in Georgia where it covers everything you want to do outdoors, whether it's trapping, small game, large game hunting, anything like that, fishing, and it's $79 here, right? But if you want to break it up, let's say, I don't have the $79 today and I still want to go hunting or fishing or whatever, you can get a small game license right now for the state of Georgia for $17. I think you can get a large game. What was it? $25 for large game, Josh?
25, yeah.
$25 for large game. So you can break it up and just add it all together.
Fishing license was $7. I mean, it's you can break it up. You can buy the big package because you get because you can it bundles like the bird season and all the things that we normally don't do, and that's just extra stuff that I don't think we need to pay for, because I never go bird hunting, and it came out cheaper if I just did. I already had because I do a lot of off roading, and I already had, because anytime that you drive off roading in WMA, you have to have a license of some kind. So I had already purchased a fishing license because it was $7 just to travel the trails in the Bronco. But $7 the fishing license, $17 for the small game, $25 for the big game. I mean, $50 and you're good for the season.
Yeah, and I can tell you, if you pay the $17 or the $25, that comes out cheaper than you going out there and getting busted and getting a ticket. The ticket's going to be $100 to $150 minimum. You know what I'm saying? And then each time you get caught, yes, you lose your firearm. Each time you get caught, it gets higher and higher and higher, and then eventually it turns into a felony also later down the road if you get caught too many times. So it's not worth it. Pay for the license, pay that small fee, be good for a year. That's all I got to say about that.
Agreed.
Right now is a good time for Q&A. Does anybody have any questions or anything like that we can have answers for? You can direct it to all of us or just one, whatever you guys think.
Yes.
We'd love to hear any questions.
So while people are typing, I want to bring up, guys, we are going to change the day that the show is on. I think we've all come to the conclusion that Saturdays are for the boys, and I think everyone goes and gets Mexican, or they're getting this, or they're spending time with their family. And as much as we enjoy doing this on Saturday night, we think our view count might be higher on a different day. And we have put up some polls on our Facebook page, on the Instagram page, and if you guys want to go vote, it will really help us to determine what day of the week works best for everybody.
Either way, the show will always be at 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
Okay? Because we like it late. That way people have time to get home from work or whatever they're doing. So 8 p.m. is, no matter what day of the week it's on, it's always going to be 8 p.m. So to go on towards Hutch's question, so you have to do this thing called a hunter safety course, right? It is mandatory for you to get a hunting license. Okay. You don't need it for fishing, but you got to have it for a hunting license. You only have to do it one time throughout your lifetime, right? But it starts at 16 years old. When you turn 16 years old, you got to have it, and it's good for a lifetime. But it's a course. Some places charge. Josh actually found a really good website that does it for free. So Derek is actually going to do his for free and get his done. And then all you do is, when you go to buy your license, it will ask for your hunter safety course certification number. You plug that right in there, and then it saves to your social and your license for the rest of your life. You never had to key it in again.
Yeah,
Yes.
they do.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually, whenever I was 16 years old, I actually did mine in person at a local park, right? They will actually hold classes in person at local parks. And a lot of times they're free too, right? Some of them you pay, but some of them are free. Like mine was free that I did whenever I was 16 years old, right? I went to a local park. It was a 2-day course. The first day they broke up in different segments. The second day, half the day or half the course was a segment. And then the last half was a test, right? And whenever I say it's not a full day, I think we were there for 2 hours each day. It was 2 hours on like a Monday, 2 hours on a Tuesday. And the second half of that Tuesday, we were taking a test, but we were out of there really early. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't have the time to go to like the in-person or anything like that, you can always do it online. But it is worth doing that hunter safety course and paying for the license versus getting those tickets. It's just not worth it.
To answer that question, you need to take a hunter safety class no matter what, because if you're hunting on private land and you take it off the private land and you get busted, you're as much trouble as if you
still got to, long story short, you still have to have a license here in Georgia, even to hunt private land, because game wardens, whether it's private land or public, they have the right to still come check you because it's wildlife and wilderness based. Yep. So like, even if I had 10 acres here and somebody put in an anonymous report saying, hey, I know this guy's hunting without a license, the game warden can come up and check my hunting license at any time, even if it's my private property. So to answer that question, yes, you still need it for public or private land.
And to touch on
free, that's actually good to know. I didn't even know that.
To touch on what Stephanie said too, not only can you get your hunting license for free, but you can also take gun safety classes for free here too. Paulding and Polk also offer those with the local sheriff departments. So if you're trying to get your concealed carry and you want to get a gun safety course, they offer those free as well. And you can just go to the sheriff's website, and they usually update when the classes are. And
Stephanie knows about that pretty good bit, because Stephanie actually used to work for the sheriff's department. She's actually just retired, actually, and now she's doing vacation stuff. So if you ever need an agent, Stephanie's a great person to go to. She's actually Tiffany's aunt. Really good people. And if anybody here in Georgia ever needs any information, I'm sure I can get some information through Stephanie or anything like that about different things like what Josh was just saying, the gun safety and stuff like that.
How do you feel about an outdoors with dummies trip to Disney World?
I would put on Mickey ears for that.
Dummies with ears.
But yeah, Hutch, Georgia is very strict when it comes to outdoor laws and stuff like that. Have you had, I've watched a show for years. It's called Northwoods Law. Okay. They're all the way up north, but it's literally game warden based. And that's a very good, and very accurate testimony on how game wardens are, because I can promise you, what you see on the show is exactly how they are here in Georgia, if not more strict. So if anybody ever wants to watch just a game warden show and just see the kind of things that they do, look up Northwoods Law. You can look it up on YouTube. I think Netflix even has it, Paramount Plus. It is really cool. They'll set out decoys and try to trap you into doing something that you're not supposed to be doing. So you always, like Derek saying earlier, dot your I's, cross your T's, make sure you're following the laws 100% because you just never know. You know what I'm saying? Camo Mickey ears? Hell yeah, dude. I'm so in for that.
You guys ever watch, there's a show on Netflix. I think it's like called Meat or Man, or it's this guy that just goes hunting all around the world.
No, I haven't seen that.
He hunts everything from moose to fucking mountain goats. Like it's so cool. And
I haven't seen that. I would like to watch it though.
At the end of the show, I think it's called Man Eater or Meat Eater, something like that. I gotta look it up. It's weird how the logo is, but it's like 2 words in one. But it's dope because he shows you how to hunt. He goes through all the laws to cover himself, fishing, all that, snorkeling for food. But then at the end of every episode, he shows you how he cooks everything he kills. And from brains to heart to livers, like besides the main meat we would eat, the normal meat. And most mines, it's cool.
Speaking of Derek's
meat eater, right here.
Speaking of Derek saying that also, so me and Josh was actually talking the other day. If anybody's interested on seeing how things are field dressed for wild game, whether it's squirrel, deers, anything like that, let us know. We can make those videos, but we got to be very careful about it because we don't want to get knocked down by YouTube. But we can always make some videos and walk y'all through those kind of things because it took me years to learn how to field dress everything I hunt for. You know what I'm saying? And I can even teach how to do quartering up deers or squirrels, anything you want, rabbits, turkeys, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? We can always make those videos.
We can make some very educational videos for y'all if y'all would like to see it.
Y'all just got to let us know what y'all are looking for. You know what I'm saying? We're always open to ideas and stuff.
It kind of reminds you of a science class in 7th grade, but you guys don't have to deal with the smell. We do.
And I'm going to put it to you like this because Josh was actually my witness. If you make a good enough shot on your game, it don't have smell. You know what I mean? If you make a nasty shot and you're back in the guts or something like that, it will likely make you sick if you're not used to it. I have a strong stomach and I can deal with those kind of things. You know what I mean? But even Josh said, "Wow, there's no smell." I'm like, "Yeah, it's because you make a good enough shot, you won't need it." Some squirrel recipe, we can get those to you. We can definitely get those to you. That's not a problem.
So, Ricky, can't you show the pictures of your squirrels? Can't you share that?
Can we do the ones that we vacuum sealed? Because that's kind of just like
you could do the vacuum seal or the one that's on the table that's already dressed and field dressed.
Not the horror one.
Not the horror one, but you could show those two if you want to, Josh.
Give me a minute. I'll put it up here.
Okay, we have
real quick. What is people's opinion here? And you asked me this the other day, and I gave you my opinion. What is everyone's opinion on eating a deer heart?
I would do it.
Okay. So
raw
I actually have a picture I'm going to send to Josh right now, cooked. I would not eat it raw, but I have a picture I'm going to send to Josh right here, and I want him to show it. So this is a heart recipe for deer that I would actually like for people to try if they have the opportunity of harvesting a deer. And, of course, the only way that you can do it is if you don't shoot through the heart. I've had deers where I've shot directly through the heart, and of course they're obliterated and they're not going to work anymore, right? Like you can't cook it because if you damage the heart, they turn rock hard and they're going to be they're not edible. You know what I'm saying, Josh? I just sent you that picture, so I'll actually go through the heart recipe with y'all really quick. Yeah, no, I ain't changing no diapers, man. That is rough, but I can do a lot of things. So I can tell you my deer recipe. Like deer heart recipe is you get just regular potatoes, the potatoes that you get at the store. You can get the multi-pack, whatever you want to do. You cut those up into small chunks and you'll see the picture once Josh uploads it. You cut them up in small chunks, cut you up a couple of different onions, right? You can never have enough potatoes and you can never have enough onions because the picture that he's going to show y'all is only one deer heart. Okay. It's one deer heart. We had 3, we saved them for multiple days, and you cut up 2 onions, 2 to 3 potatoes, season it really good with your favorite seasonings. You know, I like Lowry seasoning with it. It gives you a little salty, but also a nice little seasoning with it. And then you cut up the deer heart in chunks. And then what you can do is you put it in an aluminum pan. We actually put it on a cowboy grill, and you actually see that it's an open flame, and we covered it up with aluminum foil, and you let it cook for about an hour. And you stir it every 10, 15 minutes. Family tradition. I know, I like that, man. So I actually killed 4 deer this year, right? I've had a heck of a year, and we actually took some of our like cousins' kids and stuff with us this year, man. It was actually pretty fun. It was a blast. And we were joking with him. We're like, man, you know, tradition, like you got to take a bite, you got to put blood on your face, you know? And he was like, yeah, absolutely not. He was not having that. But
hey, I want to do that. When I go, I want to eat something raw. Just fucking bite it and eat it.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna eat a raw deer heart because it does not look appetizing when it's fresh out the cavity. Okay, it looks gnarly. But when you see this picture that Josh is about to pull up, it is a really, so the meat, just to give y'all like an example. So the meat,
me, right?
yes, yeah. So the meat comes out like a roast. It's, if you cook it right, it's very tender and it just falls apart. And then of course you got to cook the whole thing long enough to where your potatoes and stuff get soft and you get a nice flavor with your onions and stuff too. It takes about an hour. Like I said, you steer it every 20 minutes or so. 10 to 20 minutes ish. So there it is right there. So that is a good bit. You can see the seasoning in there, the onions, and of course the red is the deer heart. That's 1 deer heart. So I think it was 2 onions, 2 onions, 2 potatoes, and 1 deer heart in that 1 aluminum pan. And that was enough for us to eat for a side. I think there was like probably 6 of us, you know what I'm saying? And I think we had steaks and that, and it was a really good side. That is a phenomenal side meal. If you ever want to try deer heart, guys, that is really good.
Yeah. And so here's the one of the squirrels. So these are the ones that we got, 2 days ago?
Yeah, I believe so. I killed 2 in the same day. I would love to see the deer heart recipe. Please forward that to us. I'm always open to new recipes.
Let's see.
Yeah, the squirrel, like, of course, you got to have a handful of them to make a decent meal because they're small. You're not going to get a lot of meat off the bone, right? But me, as I'm field dressing a lot of these, so that's them vacuum sealed. I have a vacuum sealer. The one on the right is a little bit more spread out on his back. The one on the left is more curled up. And then, Josh, do you have the other picture of it just on the table out of the bag?
I don't. I can get
Here,
it.
let me see if I can send it to you really quick. That way we can show.
I was impressed when I saw these photos on how much meat a fucking squirrel has on them.
It's really not a lot, right? So I just sent those 2 to you, Josh.
That looks like a lot more than I thought.
So I can tell you this, right? Like when you're quartering up or field dressing wildlife, they have the thing called shiny skin or the white skin, right? Now, when a lot of people say they get a gamey taste from the deer or the turkey or the squirrel that they're eating, it's because they don't clean the white stuff off the meat or the shiny skin off, right? It's almost like if you like field dress a fish, like you fillet the fish, right? You you get the skin completely off, right? So after you get the skin completely off of either a deer or a squirrel, you want to go back through the meat, finally cut the meat all the way across it, right? And get the shiny skin and everything else off. Actually, I'll share a couple more pictures with Josh really quick. That way he can show y'all of how I process deer meat also, because I process and quarter up every bit of my deers by myself. And they're pretty good. House cats, bro. That's crazy. That is crazy.
You know why, Hutch? It's because you guys got those crazy fucking winters out there. You know, I mean, Georgia, our winters here this winter, it's been beautiful. We've had like 7 days randomly of stupid cold.
So this is the hottest winter I think we've had in years.
And wait, Josh, can you say that one more time?
This is the hottest winter we've had in years.
Okay, because Ricky said before this winter
it was gonna be cold.
be the coldest winter.
But now most of the
Yeah.
time we don't really get our cold weather here in Georgia until closer to February. So we still got a few more weeks. They are projecting us to get some snow later on in January.
Year, we had snow multiple times before.
True, but that's rare though, because most of the time here it's closer to February in Georgia.
I'll believe it when I see it. Yeah, I got them.
Did you get those? Did you get the deer pictures, the deer meat?
I
also,
did.
Josh?
I'm gonna load them here in a minute.
Okay. So we're gonna show y'all also what the deer meat looks like, quartered up, off the bone, just pure meat, right? And then you'll also see the ground meat, how we're putting it through the grinder and stuff like that.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm still walking around in sandals, bud. So
that's right. And the reason why there was no gamey taste with that deer meat was because I got all the silver skin and all the unnecessary fatty white skin off of there. If you clean it good enough, you'll get a more pure and clean taste, because deer meat is very lean, right? It's very healthy for you. There's no grease involved or anything like that. You can cook it in a pan, fry it up, and there's not going to be any kind of grease or anything with it, right? It's very lean, so it's a lot healthier for you. Now I do add
without nothing, like can you throw it in the pan without adding anything to make it cook? So
you can cook it straight off the bone if you wanted to, and it's gonna be the leanest meat you'll ever have, right?
What I'm saying is, like, you could take a piece of bacon, you could take bacon and throw it in a pan, and you get a shit ton of fucking grease.
Yep.
Can you do that with your deer meat or your squirrel meat?
Yes. So, for example, now you can cook it straight off the bone, or whenever I process it. So these pictures that Josh is going to pull up is going to be me at camp with the meat in a cooler, right? And then you're going to also see another picture of it going through a grinder. Now, when we put it through the grinder, so this is it straight off the bone after I process it and pull it off the actual deer carcass, right? I cut it all up. This is one deer. I cut it up and I throw it in a cooler on ice, and I leave it in ice water for a week. Okay. I put salt and ice water in there. When you put salt and ice water in there, you leave it in there for a week, it actually pulls all the blood out of the meat. Okay. So your water is going to be really dark red and bloody, but the meat will start turning white. Okay. When the meat starts discoloring from that reddish tint to white, it's time to pull it, right? Go on to your next picture, Josh.
Now, I just want to say that looks exactly what you would find at your local supermarket.
Yeah. Yeah. Now a lot of that, you can see the white and the shiny skin, right? You got to cut all that off. You got to cut all that off and make it that pure meat color, right? Now, when we go to put it through a grinder, we add, like, if we're trying to do ground meat like this is ground meat, right? So we add beef fat to it. It's just the fat, right? Now, can you zoom in on that top bucket, Josh, where my hands are?
Like rendered fat?
Yes, so like we'll actually go to the local grocery store and get beef fat. We'll go up to the meat market and say, hey, I need beef fat, right? And they'll literally sell me the fat trimmings that they trim off the steaks and stuff for the beef, right? So the white specks that's in there right there, that is all beef fat, right? Now slide down to the other side, Josh. Now you can see how it's going through there, and that looks just like your ground meat that you would get from the store, right? So the only reason you do beef fat with it is so you can put it together. You can make patties with it or something like that, right? If you don't do fat, if you don't add fat to it and you try to make a patty, it's just going to fall apart. If that makes sense. It's got to have something to stick together. Now, you can cook it, to answer your question, Derek, you can cook it with this fat right there or straight off the bone. And either way, you're not going to have any grease come out of it whatsoever.
Hey, man, can I say something?
Yeah.
Man, why are you not wearing gloves, bro?
Because we would change gloves 5 or 6 different times. You know what I'm saying? It's just a waste of time.
Bro, that's food safety 101. Okay. I don't want you handling my food.
That's food etiquette 101.
Were you wearing a beard guard too?
Brother, we don't work in a professional restaurant. You know what I mean? All I'm saying is our hands were clean. We washed our hands probably 5 or 6 times. You know what I mean? What's the ratio that we use for beef? So I believe it's 1/3 of the weight. 1/3 of the weight we add beef fat to make ground meat. So we weigh out all the meat and then we just basically do 1/3 of that and we add that much fat to it. That way it gives it a nice form, right? Like if you was to go make a burger, you don't want it falling apart. You want to be able to flip it, right? So we weigh out all the meat and then we would just get a calculator and just find out what third of that meat is. And we just add that amount of beef fat. So what we do is we go to the local markets and we start saving up fats. Now, if we're was to make sausage, we got to do pork fat. You know what I'm saying? Now either if you make the beef or the sausage version, it doesn't matter. You're still not going to get any grease. It's very lean, right? But what we'll do is we'll go up there and we'll start stocking up beef fat and pork fat throughout the off season, because as long as you put it in a deep freezer, that stuff is good up to a year. You know what I'm saying? Now, after that 1 year mark, we toss it. We'll throw it away. You know what I'm saying? And the fats is not very expensive. We might go up there, and I think I went and bought, I think it was 25 pounds of beef fat, and I think I paid like $13 for it. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't cost like very much at all when you get it from the markets. Now, some places like
a lot of fat for you to use.
Okay.
So when I cook my meats that I buy, I cut off all my fat, and then I render it all down and on the stove. I save it in jars.
Yeah. So I'll like
a shit ton of fat.
When you want me to take it, I'll put it in a vacuum sealer and I'll vacuum seal it, and then I'll put it in the deep freezer. That way we can use it for next hunting season.
When I cook food, it falls right off the bone, guys.
This man has ate that whole turkey leg, bro. Like, that is insane. This man has ate the whole damn turkey leg.
He ate it through our almost hour and a half show.
But yeah, like I can definitely tell y'all, for like a very good,
I'm hungry. I want some, Josh. Where's my
a very good and lean, like healthy food is wild game, because you got to think another reason why you get a lot of the grease and stuff is because they add a lot of stuff at the grocery store, right? You don't know how much of that silver skin or white fatty skin is left in the meat, and you don't really know what you're eating, right? But I can promise you, whenever I clean it, I take pride in me cleaning my animals to where I know what I'm putting through my body. Like, I know the stuff that I eat, right? Like Josh was asking me, he's like, why are you still cutting? I'm like, because I'm trying to get all the nasty stuff off, because my rule of thumb that I was always taught, when you're cleaning an animal and you're processing it, if you wouldn't eat it, take it out. If you were not eating it, don't look appetizing, take it out.
Yeah. I mean, cleaning your own meat, hunting your own meat, like it's better for you. Like you don't know what the store is putting in it. You don't know where it's been. You don't know what it, if it's been hormonally enhanced, like it's a cleaner way to live, of having pure meat that you killed, that has been, the other day, some people from friends of ours saying they'll never try squirrel. They'll never try it. It's so nasty because of what they eat. Well, it's like you told me. What do they eat? What does a squirrel eat every day?
It's the same kind of diet as a deer, like corns, acorns, nuts of any sort. Like they had the same kind of diet as a deer, basically.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put these photos up here. So if you're kind of squeamish, or you don't want to look at this, just kind of look away for a minute.
And I want to chime into these squirrel pictures. You're gonna see how detailed the cleaning is on it. Okay. I can clean and quarter up a squirrel in 10 minutes. I mean, what did it take me, Josh? Honestly, like 10 to 12 minutes, probably.
Yeah, about 12 minutes.
And it was 100% clean.
The screen and pat you on the back. Come here.
Yeah. I take pride in how fast I can get it done, but also how good it is. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I take pride in that.
Here's the first one.
Now you can still see a little bit of the silver skin right there on the spine, but there's no meat on the spine, so you're not going to have to worry about that. You're mostly eating off the legs or the little bit of the rib cage or in the front leg.
All right, pause this real quick. If anybody is a big alien predators fanatic, it looks like the weapon, I can't think of his name. The black guy from all the Lethal Weapons, Danny Glover. That he pulled out of the wall. If anybody remembers that Predator movie, it looks like that weapon right there. Sorry.
That's funny.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So there's the first one. And then the second one was a little more in depth of a cleaning. A little deeper. Again, if you don't want to see this, look away.
And Josh, I'm going to send you one more picture to share before we call it a night also, okay?
Well, we can't call it a night yet. Josh has something to say. I don't know if it was for the show or for backstage.
I do?
Yeah, you said you had something that you were keeping us on our toes about.
Oh, it was the
I
turkey
think it
leg.
was a, I think it was a damn turkey leg, dude.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect that when we brought that up. When we were talking about what we were talking about. Good job, Josh. That was good.
So I just sent you 2 more pictures. I want to kind of show this. This is also another, if you're a little squeamish, this is probably not for y'all, but this is the start of us starting to process a deer. So of course, this is when we start, it's already gutted. All the internals are already out. It's just the body and meat, right? We hang them from what we call a deer hanger. I actually got a really cool one that I cannot wait to show y'all, but I don't really want to show y'all until next hunting season, or unless I kill one in the next 2 weeks, right? Because deer season here is coming to an end. But I have one that's going into the hitch of my truck, and I can actually hang them from the truck now. A little bit more, like, it's a little bit easier because I'm not having to use a tree, right? But these were 2 bucks that were killed in our group, and we hang them up in a deer hanger, and then we start to skin them, and this is how we quarter it up. And we will, I plan on doing that for you guys. We will do a tutorial on how to quarter up your own deer and stuff like that. I don't know if we're going to do a gutting video, just because that's a little bit more gruesome than actually quartering and pulling meat off the bone. I don't know if we should show that on YouTube, but I think it is safe to do the quartering part, because you're just trimming meats and stuff. You know what I mean? I think it should be.
Gutting can get gruesome. It can be.
Gutting can get.
I think it's safe as long as we label it correctly. It should be fine.
Okay, we'll do some research on it, and
I'll look it up.
And we can, I mean, if we can, I would love to show you guys. You know what I'm saying? I can show y'all the correct way to gut a deer, and then the way everybody else does it different. Like, everybody does gutting or processing different, right? I can tell y'all what works for me, and then y'all can always take that and kind of build on it or make your own way, or however you really want to do it. But like, I found a way that works really good for me, and I would love to share it with you guys, because we can process a full deer. We can skin it down and cut it all off the bone, and literally leave just the bones laying there. We could probably get it done in, honestly, probably about 20 minutes ish, give or take 25 minutes. We could probably get the whole deer field dressed and in the cooler ready to go in about 25 minutes.
I wonder if anybody would have any interest in us making squirrel banana hammocks
with the skin. I think Derek does. He wants to sleep.
I want one for the video. I want one with the floaty and all. I want one.
All right. So here's the first one you sent me. This one's not so gruesome. This is just a deer hanging from a tree.
I think this is gonna be the smaller one. And we'll do step by step on how to process and do it the correct way and skin it the correct way without getting much hair on your meat, because if you get hair on it, it's very horrible to try to get off. So this is
I don't got a lot of hair on my meat.
You don't want to be picking hair out of your teeth as you're trying to eat a good meal. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just horrible. That's a very good picture of the backside, and this next picture is gonna be a bigger buck that we had on the same trip. These were killed same day, one just a couple hours before the other. But you'll have a good idea of this next picture, how a deer looks as it's gutted, how it's gutted and getting ready to be field dressed as we quarter it up into the cooler and stuff like that. Use air compressor. I don't think I've ever used an air compressor before. That'd be interesting. So this right here is
separate the skin, right?
Yep, this is how it looks when it's gutted. This means all the internal organs are out, the heart is out, the gut bag, the intestines, everything inside the body is out. It's ready to be processed. You can see this is a bigger buck. He has his horns are a good bit wider. That's somebody else from our camp group that was staying in our group. He was over there at the deer.
That's a big fucking buck.
No. Josh wasn't on this trip. This is one of my trips that I went on whenever I killed my 4 deer this year. So this is you can tell the horns are pretty wide on this one. It's a good bit bigger than the last one. I think it weighed 20 more pounds, but the rack was a lot more mature. I mean, he was nice and rounded, but yeah, you can see, like, if Josh was to go up onto where we done the cutting. So this is a very good start. You would start up there on the back legs, make an incision around the legs, and then slowly work your skin down. Once you get it down to a certain point, I know it sounds horrible, but once you get the skin down towards the butthole of the deer, you can actually grab it and rip it all the way down, and the skin will go most of the way down. Then you just use your knife to kind of go around, and then there's certain points that you cut out and get your meat and everything out. And then, of course, it goes into the cooler that Josh showed before. So that's a very good picture of how it looks after it's gutted, getting ready to be cut up and put into a cooler, be processed.
This is halfway through the to your table kind of event right here.
Yeah, from this point all the way into the cooler, this would take about 25 minutes from the time you start to where you can go sit back down at camp. It'd take about another 25 minutes to get into the cooler and be good to go. But a lot of people cannot do this part. A lot of people get squeamish, they get sick. I've actually known buddies that have went and killed deer, and they cannot gut their own deer or quarter it up and put it in a cooler because they have a weak stomach and they get sick, right? I don't really have that problem. I'll go over there and do it for a buddy. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem. Like I've even told Josh has yet to kill a deer yet, right? So I've even told him when he kills his first deer, I'll help him gut it and I'll teach him the way to do it. That way, when he's ready to do it, he can do it. Yeah, you know.
I want to kill my deer before Josh does.
Okay.
Challenge.
That'd be a good one.
And I'm gonna pick the weapon. I want a bow.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey, we're right there, buddy.
Josh got him a crossbow.
I have to. Oh, that's not a bow.
That is a bow. What are you talking about?
That could actually be a really good topic for the next show. Compound bow or crossbow. So let's save that, okay? Let's save that, guys, because I think that would be a really good topic for this next show.
No.
I think it would.
Cross or compound bow or natural recurve.
Okay, so we need to do 3 categories then. We need to do recurve, compound, or crossbow.
Compounds are for people that can't. No offense against you, Josh, something like that, but compound bows are weak shoulders. Can't you.
Well, that would be a crossbow. A compound is still pullback.
Oh, I meant crossbow. Crossbow, yes.
Yeah, it's not that I don't have weak shoulders. It's because I'm 6'10" and they don't make compound bows big enough for me.
Okay, now I can vouch for this. I can vouch for this. Josh did try to go to the store and buy a compound bow, and I actually went with them. And they went in there and told him to stretch out his arm so that they can measure his wingspan. And as soon as they measured it, they're like, "Buddy, you were shit out of luck. We don't even have a bow."
Natural recurve.
No.
Yes.
No. And while we're on this topic, tell them the story about what happened when I used to have a compound bow.
This man bought a bow off of somebody, and if a compound bow is not measured correctly for you, you can actually damage the bow or hurt yourself.
Yep.
Josh bought a bow off of somebody, got it restrung or whatever, and his arms. I mean, this bow is meant for shorter arms than mine. You know what I mean? And of course, he is way larger than I am, a lot more arm length. And he pulled it back and tried to fire it. And when he had it pulled back so far, he was actually at my house. This was probably 6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
When he tried to release it, the string came off the cams and shattered the bow, and it literally sliced his arm open from the string. So it is very important that if the bow is not made or measured for you, it's probably not the best idea to shoot it because you can get yourself hurt or damage a very expensive bow. Like for example, my bow cost what did I pay for mine, Josh, when you went with me, $3,500 or something like that.
Something like that.
I have a Hoyt bow, and I'm very particular about it because I'm scared that it can be messed up and I'd be out of $3,000. What did Spear say here? So I just looked up here on YouTube.
Hoyt bow is a natural recurve?
No, mine's a compound.
Compound.
Yeah, mine's a compound Hoyt.
Also, while we're on this compound bow thing real quick, your brother-in-law, not throwing any shade at him at all, but he dry fired his, and
at my house also. He
that either.
Yeah, he dry fired it and it shattered his bow also. String off the cams, it destroyed his arm also. I have seen it happen so many times with bows. If you're not very careful with a bow, you can hurt yourself or damage your bow to where your bow's not usable anymore. When you dry fire a bow, or you have a bow that's too short for you or too long for you, and it comes off the rails, it's going to cost more to fix that bow than what it's worth.
Right.
So you got to pay more. You might as well go buy a whole new bow at that point. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I went to crossbow.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, recurve, you do got to be very accurate, but I do believe my compound bow would be able to shoot farther and get a kill shot farther out than a recurve bow. And the reason I say that is because I have more advanced cams and stuff where I can shoot 100 yards and still make a kill shot with a compound bow. You know what I'm saying?
Because you don't have with a compound. So with the recurve, you don't have to. Or put it this way: if we got a pig at 100 yards with a recurve, you don't get to aim up in the sky. With a compound, you don't have to aim. You can aim almost dead at it.
Still up, but yeah.
But still up.
Yeah.
With a recurve, you got to aim up, and that arrow has to fall down on to the target.
So, Derek, are you going to buy a recurve?
I had a beautiful Martin Hunter's recurve, bro. Cost me a lot of money. Had it for a long time. I left it in my garage too long in Illinois, and it got warped. But that's all I ever shot was recurve.
If you get another one, I would like to do the bubble ring challenge.
So, and when Josh says this bubble ring challenge, so what I do is I go up to Walmart and I get the long bubble string that has the 3 holes on it, right? And they get smaller and smaller. So Josh actually came over. We were drinking some beer, and I was feeling pretty good about my shot. And we're at 50 yards. You know what I'm saying? I told him, I said, bet you $100. And my brother-in-law was here too, CJ. And I was like, I bet you $100. I put this in the middle ring on that bubble ring out of the 3, the middle one. And he was like, from here. And I was like, yeah, $100. He said, okay, deal. Josh, what happened?
I lost $100.
I put that shit right through the middle ring. That is a very good
first shot.
First shot. I put that thing right through the ring. I can't remember if it was 40 or 50 yards, but we were one of the 2.
Recurve?
No, it was
Compound. My compound Hoyt.
I was ready to talk shit and had to eat my fist because I couldn't.
One thing, now I can tell you one thing I've never hunted with, right, is a crossbow. I've never done that before. I've always been a compound person. I love my compound bows. My compound bow pullback is 70 pounds. It's 70-pound pullback, and that thing is a damn missile. You know what I mean? It is a beautiful bow. It's awesome. Maybe one day we can do a video and kind of show it and show me shooting it and stuff like that, and just kind of show the people what the Hoyt is like.
We could do some footage. Like, we just need to go down there and do some footage of shooting crossbow, compound, and then if Derek gets a recurve, just comparing the 3.
Yeah, I can see that also, Hutch. Yeah, you got to make sure you pull it back far enough to get the firepower.
Right. There's a hell of a lot less power with a recurve than with a compound, because
that's also why you're kind of limited at your range, correct?
Correct.
Where you don't want to take a shot at something at 100 yards or 80 yards. You might want to do something.
A compound that is used to shooting recurve, they're gonna destroy the shit. Like they got a shot or 2 to get dialed in, but they're gonna destroy it because, like, I mean, I'm not trying to say shit. I did archery for years, and I was really good at a recurve. And there's ranks in archery with recurves where you got like. You got archer, you got bowman, you got master bowman, and then you got grandmaster bowman. And when I started archery, it took me a year to go from archer to grandmaster bowman, which it's all about dialing in, knowing where you got to shoot, how to work the bow. But the person I shot with, he did. He was in the Olympics with his recurve. He had an Olympic. It was like a recurve, but it still had training wheels on it, so it was kind of weird. But I outshot him with my recurve compared to his, and just a friendly competition, not in the Olympics, nothing like that. But he was in the Olympics for it, and I outshot him with it. It's all about learning your distance and wind. Just like with a bullet, when you're sniping, you got a wind factor. All that plays in to how you're shooting and aiming, no matter what you're doing. But like Hutch said, the power in a recurve all day long. like or not compound. Sorry, all day long the power is greater. 100.
And I think this would be a really good video. I think Josh hit the nail on the head when Derek does get a recurve. I would love to do a video comparing the two because it's a love for two different machines, right? Like you gotta, I mean, it's two different types of hunting. But I would love to do a video with both of us shooting at a target and showing the true difference between a recurve and a compound bow. And then let the viewers kind of pick what they want to go buy for their next hunting, like machine. I think that'd be something good.
And then I'll smoke you both. I'll smoke you both with old Blue back there. And
you want to smoke me?
Yeah.
I will. Okay, let me make
Josh.
I'm gonna put money on this. Y'all ready for this? And I'm gonna let all the viewers and everybody here be aware. I'm gonna let Josh shoot first, and just to prove that I have a bigger wanker, I'm a Robin Hood his arrow. I'm gonna shoot straight through that thing on the target. Okay.
As long as you buy me a new arrow.
You got a deal. You got a deal. All right. You turkey hunt with a recurve. I turkey hunt with a compound also myself. I love turkey hunting with bows. I think it's a very good challenge. And I think that might be a really good video coming up for turkey season too. But so what I want to do here, guys, I know we're right at our 2-hour mark. We've done a crazy good show today. It's been a blast. So Josh was showing us a commercial for his business. I want to give him a chance to show his commercial for TV here on the show. That way y'all can get a first eye look at it. And then before it goes live for everybody else to see. So for people that are in here, y'all going to get an inside look, Josh.
Yeah,
you
man.
up for it?
I'm up for it, man. Now that I'm a TV celebrity, dude wipes, just so you know, like I'm famous now. So. But yeah, this is a world premiere right here, guys. So enjoy.
Let's see it. There's no sound with it right now, Josh. What happened to the sound?
I don't know. That's okay. You just enjoy the view.
That is probably my favorite part right there. The water and the soap coming over. Like that just looks so cool. There was parts in here where I could tell Josh was trying not to smile, by the way. And I noticed that. And I couldn't help it. Like I was like, damn, that boy was trying not to smile, man.
100%.
That tundra looks good. That turned out really good, Josh. I like that.
Thanks, man.
But yeah, guys. So, I mean, we're over our 2-hour mark. So we're going to, what a hell of a show, guys. You know what I'm saying?
Great show.
Doubled our time. Yeah, we try to shoot for an hour, but if we go over, that's great. If not, no big deal. Oh, I did see something coming from Braxton. Any tips for beginner compound bow hunters? Yes, my biggest tip for new compound hunters is practice. Practice makes perfect, right? Don't just get in a habit of shooting at your same range when you're shooting at targets, right? Mix it up. Yeah, a lot of people go from 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 yards. They jump by 10 yards. Maybe go to 23 yards. Maybe go to 30, 36 yards. You know what I'm saying? Mix it up. That way you get a good feel for how high or low you need to shoot for your game that you're trying to hit. And also get some different angles on it. Whether you're aiming more, like let's say you're to the left and the deer's to the right, you want to shoot more to the front shoulder. That way you kind of compensate for that angle, right? Get different angles on your targets and get different yardage, get used to your bow, learn your bow. That way, when you go out there and you see a deer at, 42 yards or 47 yards or 36 yards, you're like, shit, let me wait until he goes up 6 more yards to where I'm more comfortable at my 10-yard range, right? Like you want to be able to be more comfortable where you're at no matter what the scenario is. Just get a lot of practice in, man. Get a lot of practice in, but the average shot in bow season is going to be, 20, 30 yards because of how thick the greenery is and stuff on the trees. What you got there?
I want to chime in on that with the bolt hunting. And he said compound?
Yes, compound.
I can't. never mind.
Yeah, the compound hunting, it's all about practice because the yardages matter, the angles matter. Just get you a lot of practice. The average kill shot I've ever had with a bow in the woods is 30 yards. That's during the heart of bow season, right? Because there's still a lot of greenery on the trees. It's still very thick. So I actually posted a YouTube video of me bow hunting whenever I killed a buck and somebody took the head off my buck, right? You can kind of see how thick the woods are because of the greenery that's still on the trees. So just kind of get a feel for that, man. Look up a lot of videos, watch a lot of videos, get you a lot of target time, and just mix up your yardage. Never shoot the same yardage over and over and over again. Mix up your yardage a little bit. Get the feel of odd numbers. You know what I'm saying? Get the feel of different angles. That's probably the biggest thing that a lot of people does not do, and they get out there and then they miss it at their deer. So just get a good feel for that. That's the biggest tip I can give.
If you got the space to set up 100-yard range in your backyard, you don't need width, you just need length. But work on that with you can set up a dummy deer and work on hitting that, and you'll know where you need to hit, how high you need to aim, what you need to do. When I grew up, when I was doing archery, we had a range in our backyard that we got to shoot at fake animals to practice. And then I also did it every week, at a guy that was called Trader Joe's or whatever. But you get to learn your distance. It's just once you get beyond that 100-yard mark, that's where, even up to the 100-yard mark, that's where it gets really tricky with really any bow.
So I'm not gonna lie to you, to kind of chime in on what Derek's saying. Even a beginner, 60 yards is gonna look like a mile long for a beginner, right? Just work on your yardage, and as you feel more comfortable, start gradually backing up. You know what I'm saying? Get the feel for distance, and then once you get the feel for distances, work on your angles. You know what I mean? Work on different angles, different shot types. I can't tell you how many times I have literally climbed in a deer stand in my yard on my property and set up a deer at different angles. I would climb up there, take a couple shots, get the feel for shooting out of a deer stand too. Practice makes perfect when it comes to that stuff, guys. Like, no matter what you do.
Well, can we just end the show on this? I want to give this advice, and this actually just came from Derek, and it's the first advice you'll quote of 2026. It's not about the width; it's about the length.
Jesus Christ. Jesus. Well, cool, guys. But we are really going to call it there because we did go way over time. I appreciate everybody tuning in today. We've had a hell of a show, man, and we've had a good bit of y'all stay around for 99% of the show today, and I want to thank everybody.
Appreciate it, y'all.
Yeah, thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Come back next Saturday, or
bring your friends.
Should be next Saturday.
Yes, tune in to the Facebook, guys. Make sure y'all go on there and vote on the poll on Facebook and everything else for the days that y'all would like to see the show. And I can't wait for y'all to see our next guest, man. We're going to have a guest coming up on the show again here very soon. And it's going to be a lot of fun, man. So until next week, guys, appreciate you all. Thank y'all so much. Josh, Derek, hell of a show, guys. I had a blast.
Great show. It was so much fun. Thank you all for chiming in. Thank you for all the comments. Come back next week. And whenever we make the new day.
Yeah. Yeah. And we'll let everybody know, and we'll post some flyers, and we'll see y'all next week. Peace out, guys. See you.